Stream is on.
I am gonna go inside in a moment too. I just have to get a cigarette while we get started.
Okie dokie.
So the light will be better.
This is beta, whatever. If somebody's tuning into this, hello, fucking good on ya. But nobody is, so don't have to worry. Maybe I'll tweet it out or something. I don't know. Let's get the sesh going. I'm pretty sure. One sec. I have the link here. I also tested that out. Fuck, there's so much shit to test
Wait,
out.
you're streaming on YouTube?
Yes, we are live on YouTube right now, dude.
Okay.
Do you have many YouTube followers?
No, I've never fucking posted anything on YouTube, but
Oh, I can't live stream YouTube. I have YouTube videos posted, but I can't live stream. I don't have an account that's qualified for it, apparently.
you have to like verify it, and then it takes 24 hours, which I luckily
see.
was able to sort out ahead of time. But one second, I'm just gonna get the link.
But I'm
here.
not gonna tweet this because I should be at work. So just like,
Yo,
just just leave it there and just, I don't care.
one sec. Okay. See, listeners, I'm gonna hook you guys up with a link so you can get on my level. Oh shit. Okay, copied to clipboard. Oh shit, Ishvani dropping in. Let's see.
Ishabin. I think I have anymore.
God damn it! You guys ever deal with that problem where you just need something copied from your phone text-wise to be on your clipboard in your desktop? Fuck's sakes, I hate this problem. Thought I had a solution. Oh, she says she's unable to connect. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the this is us at the doorway where it's like, hey, everyone
You're
come
muted.
in.
You're muted.
Me?
Oh no, Ishvani. She's muted.
Oh yeah, we
I'm
can.
muted.
No, we can hear you.
Oh, I
You're
can
good.
hear you now.
Yeah, welcome. Everyone's in. This is in my virtual doorway, coming into the party. You know, so it's just kind of like, hey, let me get your jackets, coats. Hey, how you been? Yeah, cold out, right? Oh my God,
I
crazy.
have a drink. I have drinking. I have drank like twice in the last like 4 months. So this is like a special occasion.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm so happy that you guys have all fucking chose to come to the Magic Wizard Tower. So yeah, how you doing, Ishvani? Just want to check in with you.
Kind of sick, but like I thought maybe this would help.
All right, yo, if you just want to like chill back and vibe,
Yeah, just hold
100%.
on. I might like switch my place. Yeah, just continue going on.
sure.
What's up
Okay.
with you all? I've talked to Connor before. I've never talked to Jens or Brooke. How are you guys?
I got my cat just jumped up. Fifi.
Sissy, hey.
She's joining the party.
Okay, so right now, oh yes, okay, I have to sort out the Spotify link. This is just a perfect problem to have. Okay, one sec. I have a relationship with one of my friends where he just randomly sends me documents on WhatsApp, and he's just like, oh no, I just need that for later. So I'm gonna do the same thing to him.
Okay.
That way I can open it up on desktop. Oh my God, this is so cool. Fucking, I mean, it looks way cooler. To be honest, I think I might just switch the, I don't know. I have a million things in my head, you guys, right now. Please bear with me. Okay, now I can copy that.
So for me, at least, I was thinking because I've got my headphones routed through the laptop. It might be easier for me to play Spotify through my phone. I've got like a speaker here I can connect it to.
Well, the only thing
And I
about
can
that is
hear-
that if we get the interference with your mic, it's kind of, I also way prefer like blasting music at me, but for this, it's kind of like if we get the interference, then that's kind of fucks up everyone's. Okay, where's there?
Okay.
Here we
It might
go.
be kind of hard for me to hear you guys because he's going to go through my headphones also.
Yeah, you can adjust. The cool thing about this, we already tested it out, me and a friend, is we can all adjust the volume of the music we're listening to independently. So if there's times where
Oh shit, I may not even have Spotify on my computer.
you can open that on your phone, and I believe you actually have to join the thing. It's a mobile thing that you can start, but then we tested it out. You can then change the session to on your computer and listen from there.
Said failed to join it.
I think
Yeah,
there's
same.
a web version. I think there's a web version.
It's a what?
There's a
Yeah,
uh,
this is a
web
web
version.
version.
Web version.
Wait,
that-
it's opening up on my browser.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something that. Okay. Okay, I thought this would be the simplest, just to have the link. I could just add you guys on Spotify if you guys want to do that.
Brooke, just open it and log in. It should work if you have a Spotify account, I believe.
Yeah, if you open that and just do it, and then press open on into your app, it's just that that just sounds like an issue of like default app settings. Yeah.
Hit to join Connor McDonald session.
I can also just tweet.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me join it at first, but I wasn't logged in, so maybe that's why.
I was logged in my Spotify from my Facebook, and I deleted my Facebook, so now I'd have to use something else, I guess.
Okay, no worries, guys. Like, this is not a big problem. While you guys do that, I'm gonna do something too. I'm just gonna go.
I was wondering how come Connor spoke with an American accent, then I realized, oh, he's from Canada.
Bitch, you don't even know what an American accent is. No, it's yeah, no, I do have quite a I mean, yeah, you know what an American accent is, but a Canadian accent you don't, and so it sounds so similar because it is. Mine is actually mostly, but Americans can tell that I speak a little differently. Maybe Brooke can tell.
I can't tell.
Okay. Where are you from, Brooke?
I live in California,
And you're from there?
mostly.
Okay. Yeah, no, like even people from like Seattle, because I used to live in Vancouver, they would notice just the little bitsy bits, but for the most part, yeah, I'm very Americanized. I did a little quiz, the New York Times quiz on where is your dialect from, and it came up like San Jose was my number one match. Oh shit, somebody fucking with the volume.
Oh well, I can't hear it.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I can
I
adjust
thought you
mine.
said it was independently.
I thought it
I
was.
can't hear any music at all.
Okay.
I kind of come in a while. I feel like I just I'll try to come back because I think I'm going to throw up. Since I'm
No problem, Shivani. Like,
Yeah, I'll try
That's
to
okay.
Okay, no worries.
Bye.
Feel better.
And
Thanks.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
okay, just getting the. Okay, so wait, let me see. Are you in? Are you in?
I'm in.
What about you, Jens?
I'm logging in.
Okay.
It says it's playing, but I don't hear anything from my headphones or the laptop.
Let me see. Yeah, it says you're in here. See, listeners. It's okay. We are beta testing. Okay. Why would you not be hearing sounds? But did it do that when you turned it up?
No, that's why I was turning it up to see if I can hear something. I didn't hear anything.
Okay, so then that wasn't the issue. Are they Bluetooth? Are they Bluetooth
Headphones?
headphones?
Yeah, and they're connected for like calls and for media.
Okay. I'm trying to troubleshoot for you, but
Trying
it's
to keep
hard.
up.
I would say try and, well, you know, all the easy shit. Fucking close Spotify, open Spotify, rejoin, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Check your audio device that you're using. Are you on Windows? I don't know.
I have joined the session, but there's no sound playing.
Ah, okay, it's not just me.
Okay, well that's a good thing to know. But is it, when you guys say that, is there like a song that you can see is playing but you can't
Yeah,
hear it?
I can see the seconds counting up.
Okay, okay then.
I couldn't see the song just now.
Nope. This whole thing is on YouTube. That's hilarious.
Okay, so the Spotify session is working. I had it working with Victoria. It could just be lagging. I don't know.
Let me try to disconnect my headphones and see if that helps.
Sure. The fact that you're both experiencing it says that probably it's not your headphones. I mean, I know that this is like a fucking new Spotify feature, but I tested it with one person and it was like we had it fucking hopping.
So it helps, but I can't hear you guys at all now. I can hear music, but not you guys.
Do you know how to use the volume mixer?
But doesn't it change your volume too?
No. So the speaker's icon, you want to right click it, and then there's one called volume mixer, and then you can mix the individual apps. I had to do that as well. Did you find it?
I'm looking at something else right now. That's not gonna help.
Are you on Windows?
Yeah.
Windows 10?
Oh, I have no idea. This is an old
Okay.
laptop.
There should be something. Yeah, on Windows 10 it's called Volume Mixer. You could try and search for that. It just lets you adjust independently all of the different applications running on any device. What about you, Jens? Is it?
So I can see the song, but there's no sound.
Okay. This does seem to be just like Spotify then. Any luck? Share your screen
Did
with
you play
us. It has been. Oh, it's been paused. Now it is playing. Okay. I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure when Windows implemented a volume mixer, but I don't think, unless you're rocking Windows XP, I think we can figure this out.
Oh no, I got it. It's just like, I mean, like, if I'm gonna be able to hear you guys, because Zoom is really quiet,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
Zoom Max, but I just have to have the music really quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, maybe there's a time will come where we're gonna want to really jam out, and you can bring us down.
Yeah, I can hear it.
You starting
hear
to
now.
get on there now, Jens?
Yep, I can hear it. But it keeps switching to another desktop.
Okay. Could you get back on your Bluetooth headphones, bro? I don't think that they were the problem. I did my best, guys, to avoid, this kind of a thingamajigging, but everyone.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, I hope it's okay, you
It's
guys.
okay.
I just want to start hanging out, but I'm sure we all do, so we will. Your troubleshooting face, Brooke.
Is it still
I
playing?
got it. I'm listening to
Yeah.
the song now.
Yeah, you got it, Jen?
Yeah, the song stopped as soon as I connected the headphones, but it says it's connected to voice and music.
Then I think just give it a minute. That's
Okay.
everything good, Jens?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then I don't think
Except I can't hear you all that well.
you gotta mess with your levels. You gotta mess with the levels.
Yeah.
Everyone's gotta be a fucking sound engineer just to do this shit. It's all good. Yeah, I don't know. Jens is.
Yeah, so the issue I had was,
Yeah, what was
Yeah.
it?
so it was playing on a different device.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the issue I had.
That has to be what's going on with yours too. Then, when you say it doesn't play on your Bluetooth, you have to change what device is using.
I was
Yep.
doing that.
I
I
think.
did that. Yeah, I switched it over first time, but now it's not showing up with any devices when I click on that on Spotify.
What devices do you see?
You have two guys who
Nothing.
want to
It's
help
showing
you
me
so
the little
much. Share your screen.
the little. What?
Share your screen.
Okay, I've had like 2 Zoom meetings in my life, and they were both on my phone. So like, this is all kind of new to me.
No problem. I've never even used Zoom before
Oh, it's
today.
okay.
Host disabled participant screen sharing. I would share that with you, but I can't.
Okay, one sec. I can. Advanced. Only one participant can share at a time. Who can share? All participants. Who can start sharing when someone else is sharing? Okay, there you go.
Oh, I need the Spotify app to do Spotify Connect, and I don't have the app on my computer.
There's a browser for Spotify.
Right. In order to do that's what I'm using. But in order to connect to a device, it says I need the Spotify app.
Oh, okay. You want to get
Though
that?
I do love this song. I wish I could hear it.
Do you have the app on your phone?
Huh?
Do you have the app on your phone?
Yeah. I think we already
can
talked
you
about
see
that.
Can you see it playing on your phone?
Where'd she go?
Well, I'm just not sure where I put my phone.
Okay.
Why don't we like? I might have left it outside. If I left it outside, then I'm gonna have a cigarette because this is yeah. You guys can just like do your thing for a little bit.
Okay, we could jam out. We could jam out. You go have a smoke.
I know this song well enough that I can imagine how it goes.
Okay, cool. Okay.
My phone was outside, by the way. I just found it.
All right. Fuck. Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe you got to get the Spotify app real quick for your desktop and log in, but
you alternatively you should be able to like change the device on a phone app also. Phone app, browser, desktop app.
I just want to keep it simple.
Well, I've got it playing from my phone right now. Is the sound bothering you guys too much? Is there too much
No,
distortion,
no.
or is that okay?
I
No,
can't
no,
hear it
fine.
at all. It's fine.
Okay, so is that okay if I just play it on my phone?
Yeah, go for it. If
Yeah,
that
yeah,
works.
yeah, yeah. Sure, sure.
All right, cool. Then I shall begin the initiation. Yeah, no, I was planning on this having more people, but you know what? This is crazy. We're all fucking people from all around the world, and I thought we needed a bit of a ritual to just acknowledge the craziness in that. So I prepared a playlist, and this is the first
You
one.
guys,
Yes?
I need to step up for a moment.
Okay, thank you for interrupting me.
Someone is looking for me.
No problem, bro. Go get it.
I'll be back soon.
I was like, literally just press play, but just hurry.
Poor Connor. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like it's. I think you guys can just go ahead.
Just go, bro!
It's like a mini meeting.
No, go, bro. I'm not gonna do it without you. I was like,
Well, I think it's cool to hang out with people, so like that's a win.
yeah,
Hey.
no. Oh, you can.
I know you put a lot of work into this, but this is fun. However, it's going.
It's not a lot of work, but now I should play something else. Sorry. I don't know. I'm kind of like torn, to be honest, because I'm like, yeah, I'll play something else. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's a part of me that just is like, I think that's why I was like, oh, we shouldn't live stream it, because I was like, well, maybe hammer it out all in private. But I'm like, nobody really cares. But then the thing that's really kind of is a little bit tearing at me a little bit, like there's a German phrase for it. Is okay, am I just hanging out or am I playing to an audience? You know, and I'm like, there's no audience. What am I don't know. I'm just trying to hang out, you know what I mean?
I had forgotten at that point until you said it that we were live streaming. So
Right? Okay. That's great. I don't know. If this yeah. I would like to get it to a point where this is just and then just
well, I mean, it's gonna, you gotta work out the kinks and then it'll get there.
Yeah. I was like, hey, I'm smart. I'm gonna tell people just check your mic and your webcam, and then there's no problems.
I've been having problems with these headphones though. Like half the time in my Discord, like meetups, whatever, it doesn't connect, and sometimes it does, and I don't really know why.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was like sorting it all out, and then we like sorted it out so good just for like me and my friend Victoria, just for us. Like we were on Zoom doing the thing on Spotify, and I was like, all right, now let's go fuck it all up by streaming it. So, yeah, no, it's fun, but I could see why somebody gets paid a lot of fucking money to fucking care for all this shit.
Yeah. Let me move back inside.
Yo, super cool that you were like willing to stay up a little late for us. Bro.
Well, I was expecting to wake up in 2 more hours or 1 more hour. No, 2 more hours. I thought it was 2 a.m. I think you got me and Sean time zones mixed up.
Yeah, I think I switched them. I don't know what I did. Yo, I got.
That might be why
3
he's
out of
not
5.
here, because I was like, oh, EST is 3 hours ahead, not 3 hours behind, and so I told him it was at 5 a.m. thinking that my hours were correct, but I think we were just switched.
Yeah, no, I fucked it up. I remember how I fucked it up, but it's not important.
Time zones are hard.
Yo, thought I knew how they worked. I thought I fucking knew. But, anyways, yeah, super cool. Like, I was in my head, I was like, yeah, no, Brooke's gonna be like early, because I was like, I don't fucking know. This is cool though. Let's just vibe.
headphones are like they have really good noise canceling.
Okay,
Actually, I should
cool.
turn that off. But I can't hear the music unless I move the ear off.
Okay.
But I can turn it off. Never mind, I can't. It's not connected to my phone right now. I don't have the app on my computer for the headphones. It's okay, I'm cool. I'll just
Okay, just tell me if something gets disrupted, like your music or.
no, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now I'm in total one-on-one DJ mode. And I will play just a little nice little. Okay. Fuck. So anyways, super cool. Maybe I'm getting like camera shy or something. Why were you getting up at 2? Why were you gonna get up anyways?
Because my thing's at 2 a.m. on my column. It was the only one everybody checked.
Ah, okay. I thought you had like some other reason. I was just like,
No, I have a really regular sleep schedule.
fucking hell. Yeah, no, super cool that you would. I was like, I don't know, what is... You seem like a very eccentric character, so I was like, maybe she has like an appointment.
No, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, no, I go to bed at like 10, 10:30, wake up at like 6, 6:30 every day, pretty much. Unless I have a reason not to.
Cool. Glad that you saw this as one.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, no, I have an interesting day ahead of me. I was just planning to do this for maybe, I don't know, a few hours at most. And then I have a job interview at 3, which I'm very excited for.
What time is it right now for you?
It's 8:43 a.m.
Well, I hope your job interview goes well.
I think it's more of a formality.
Oh, well, that's good.
Like, they were like, bring your tax information. I was like, yeah, you guys are just going to hire me. Which I'm so fucking happy for, you know. I've been out of a job for like way too long, so.
Sorry, my cat is soaking wet, and I don't know why or how. There's like not that much she could have gotten. I hope she didn't fall in the toilet. There's like not that much water around here.
You know, they find a way. They find
Yeah.
a way. Pussy's gonna get wet.
What is the job interview for?
It's for. I suppose I don't know exactly what they'd have been doing, but it's to work at a grocery store. So it's, I mean, Aushilfe im Verkauf is what they call it in German, which just means like backup in selling. So yeah, to be honest, right now, like that's not a job I'd usually want to apply for, but right now, you know, during the pandemic, like all the jobs I would rather have are like, of course, all fucking gone. And so to me, I'm like, time to batten down the hatches. I've like been wishing, I've been hoping just for like this one, like everyone always needs food, so there's always a grocery store, but
I deliver food. That's what I do for work. So.
yo, that was my first try, but then they were like, yo, you're fucking, oh yeah, they were like, my work permit. They were like, yeah, it expires in less than 3 months. And I was like, no, it doesn't. I mean,
You check your non-existent watch.
I was like, 3 months and 5 days, sure. But yeah, they fucked me over on that, so.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, but it's good. It's all good. Yeah, no, before this shit all went to the fucking fan, I was a rickshaw driver, which was, you know, I felt a certain kinship with all the food delivery drivers.
Yeah.
As fellow...
I just love the word rickshaw.
It's fun.
It's just a really nice word. Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, no, I know how it is to just be like making a living out on the streets. out on the streets on the wheels.
I like taught myself how to install a new audio system in my car. I've
Cool.
never done anything like that before. I totally like broke a bunch of my console, but I put in new speakers and everything, and so I just jam all day. It's awesome.
Oh, cool. Cool. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely my favorite part of rickshaw driving as well. I think, like, it's had, like, a very direct influence on my music taste over the years. Because I would just be, like, you know, jamming for myself, but then also I'd be like, oh, people would love this. And so I would save more songs just to be like, this is not, I'm not going to be a weirdo and just go on this weird adventure by myself. Like, but with like a couple backup, like, perfect.
Yeah, I love playing like Jackson 5 and shit like that, and like blasting it with the windows down. Every once in a while, like passerbys will like bump along with me. It's really fun.
Oh yeah, people are so desperate to vibe. They need a vibe.
Can't argue with that. Absolutely.
Damn, cool. So, okay, yeah, I was like, I'm not going to ask you where in California you are. That seems...
Oh, Redding. It's on my profile.
Okay.
It's
okay.
Northern California.
Okay then. I'm always like trying to, with these kind of questions, I'm like, I mean, there's asking it and being like, oh no, you don't have to answer. And I'm like, okay, should I ask it then? You know what I mean? Because then, I don't know.
No, I got you. I totally got you. But just for me, like there is almost nothing that I care about not sharing with people, like unless it involves somebody else and their privacy. Like if it's about me, I don't care. I'm good.
Cool. I'm pretty much the same, but I'm more on a level of like, like you got like the instant, you seem like you got like the instant, like, you're like, yeah, it's just open. I'm like more on click to accept, and I'm like, well, I'm always accepting, but I still want the option.
Yeah, you gotta do the click first. That's cool. Yeah, no, I have no. I also try to avoid questions like that for the most part. I assume, especially in this corner of Twitter, there's a lot of like people care about OPSEC and things like that.
Oh yes,
which I didn't even know what that was until I joined this corner of Twitter. But I try to not like even really ask questions either too much.
Yeah,
they involve
no,
like
yeah, no, OPSEC. I'm always like, you gotta respect it, but it's sad. It's sad, you know. Somebody who just like literally has to care, you know. Then that means they're in like some Fortune 500 company or something, right?
I mean, I didn't share stuff about myself on the internet. I mean, I didn't really have a huge social media presence, but I didn't share stuff about myself for a long time just because my parents watched everything and I wasn't honest with them about my life. And I was afraid, I mean, it would get back to them. So, I mean, there are a lot of different reasons people don't want to be.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I'm too sucked into like, I mean, when you hear OPSEC, that's what I think. You know, you don't.
That's true. It probably is that case for most people.
I mean, that's like, yeah. I mean, for family and all that, yeah, it's also sad, but it's like it's more like human, more like kind of, I could see it and like 100%. Then they would just say privacy.
Yeah, that's true.
Operational security. I'm like, you're part of an operation.
yeah, that's a good point.
Is it
I
covert?
use that word as like, yeah, kind of like a catch-all in my mind now for just being secretive online, and maybe I shouldn't do.
I get right into it. As soon as somebody says OPSEC, I'm like, you know, like secret agent. I'm like, fucking hell, like eye emoji.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool though. Yeah, no, I'm always a little bit blown away when somebody just really opens himself up on the internet. I'm always like, I'm definitely not a closed person, but I'm always like I'm like, yeah, no, like, I guess I a little bit take comfort in the comfort of obscurity. I'm like, nobody's, it's open, nobody's watching.
Yeah.
I often think about it nowadays of like, do I ever want to be in like an operation? I don't. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But then it's like that fork in the road. Do you want to close that door? Which is really what it is. It's like if you have ever fucking shared something on the internet you wish you didn't, then guess what? You can't be president.
Oh yeah, stuff like that. I mean, there's a freedom in it. Like I know, like probably most corporate jobs are off the table for me. I mean, I have a record, not a very big one, but like a minor one. I like have been really open online about everything, and like, well, luckily I kind of want to do my own thing, so it worked out.
Yeah. I think Visa says like he's canceled himself 10,000 times. So I was like, yeah, I guess that's the only it's either full OPSEC security or you got to just cancel yourself a bajillion times, and then nobody else can.
Yeah, I mean the cool thing about like I don't know, one of the things that I'm really excited about with what I'm not making money off anything. I don't even have ads in my YouTube videos. It's all just like me just like talking about shit or whatever, and like I have no reason to care of whether like someone doesn't like it or whatever because I'm not making money off of it. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta have fun first. You gotta have fun first.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, somebody having fun is very monetizable. People are like, yes, let me catch that vibe.
I mean, maybe someday. I don't know though. I don't like the idea of like, even with just straight YouTube, no ads. I was still watching statistics all the time, and I feel like if I had ads, it might sort of unconsciously, whatever, like direct what I'm saying. Like I might watch that more than I want to.
But the ads are personalized to whoever watches them.
Right, but to generate revenue instead of say what I want to say.
Oh yeah, has it? Yeah, I do. Because you hear about a bajillion YouTubers who are like, I got my shit taken down, and then they become beholden to it. If you don't do any, that's what I'm interested in. Is if you are like fuck ads, you don't do any ads. Do you still get fucked with? Is it just kind of advertising conflicts of interest, or is there also a degree of whatever else?
I have no idea. I've got like 30 something subscribers, and they're mostly my friends.
Shit, that's 30 more than me.
Well, I'll subscribe to you.
Yay! Yeah, my roommate Ina is ops security bro and fuck. She's a YouTuber. Actually, yeah, fuck it. She's a YouTuber. That's part of the operation, and she's been like telling me like, yeah, you should make YouTube videos. We can make a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of.
Well, now you are technically, right?
Technically, everything's moving just so fast. I don't know. It's kind of like a level of like. How does the transition go from being, like a hyper consumer of content? I have been that guy for years. You know what I mean? Seeing people and consuming. I've been on that level, like consume everything somebody has, and then somehow I've kind of like tiptoed my way closer to like, that's how y'all do it? Why don't I do it?
Right? Yeah.
It's like I've been hanging out at the club so long that I'm like, fuck it, give me the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of fortunate. Like, I've never really, like, I will only really watch YouTube videos when I have, like, a song that I want to look up or, like, a tutorial that I'm trying to watch. Like, I don't just sit and watch YouTube videos that are suggested or whatever. Like,
I'm
almost
talking
never.
podcasts. I'm talking whatever it is that people release.
Yeah. But, I mean, I've listened to one podcast, maybe two, like, a fair amount, and that's it. And I don't really read blogs. And I only just started using social media this year. So, like, I kind of didn't really have a lot of the same, like, ideas about what it should be, and I don't really feel as quite as hung up on like making like polished whatever, because I haven't really seen quite like as much of what's out there, I guess.
Okay, yeah, you're very much more open into it as I am. I'm like, okay, no, I'm comfortable. You're like, what's going on? Let's have fun. I love that. I love that. But I don't know, you fucking see it, and then you're eventually like, these people have just been building their shit the whole time. I don't know, like, not even, like, you see people, this is what I love. You see podcasts that literally, they're not trying. They're not trying to, like, be like this, like, fucking cutthroat business, build the platform, build the audience. They are not. It's, like, very organic, and literally to the point where they're like, let's just try to fucking bomb it. and yet they still grow like a bit of a loyal following, to the point where people are like, fuck it, give me more and I will give you more. It's wild.
Interesting.
It just takes like that certain whatever courage, willingness, and then eventually it's funny because you see at the end that they have it's like the most escape from normalcy, escape from the 9 to 5. And it turns back into like, what, you got to drop 2 podcasts a week.
Yeah.
You got to schedule guests. You got to deal with merch and all that shit. And so it's like, yeah, it's just building a business. But I'm like, don't want to lose the sight of the fact that we're just trying to hang out.
I made a podcast. I recorded like 3 5-minute episodes, mostly just me reading my blog post, just to see how easy it was to make one. And it was way easier than I thought. Like, it immediately got put on Spotify. And I was like, no, I didn't want you to do that. And then I got like emails for the next 2 weeks, like, your like podcast is on this platform, it's on this platform. And I just stopped looking at them, and I haven't checked anything since then, because I'm like, I didn't want that. I didn't realize that was gonna happen.
Yeah. I didn't sign up for this. They're like, well, technically you did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm worried if Jens isn't ever going to come back. Is
Well, he had work for another like hour. He was supposed to be at work, so I assumed in an hour from now he will be off of work.
Okay. I thought he was like some family shit or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, you
cool.
missed it. Yeah. But he left work to come talk to us, and he got called back by work.
Okay, cool. But he'll be off soon, so that's cool. Huh. Yeah, no, I have a whole playlist kind of prepared for us, but this is just go with the flow, vibe, whatever. Listen to a little music.
I love this song too. Yeah.
Oh my god, we have some similar music tastes then, bro.
That was my guess. I mean, just from like I don't know, a little bit of music that we've talked.
Just from vibe.
Not many people like are into System of a Down and also really like Cartel Madras. That's fairly unusual.
Yo, they are so powerful.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I was immediately like, I don't know, I almost didn't click, and I'm so glad I did. and then I went and I had a mini heart attack when I was like, because they only have like 4 YouTube videos, and I was like, that's it? And then
I know they're small.
And then I went to Spotify and they have like an album and shit, and I was like, hell
It's
yeah.
still not nearly as much as I want from them.
There needs to be more.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But I'm glad you clicked that link also, because that was part of why I was like, yes, I have to go to this, because he's got a good taste in music.
Yes. It happens. Yeah, no, it's funny. Sometimes when you assign meaning to things, they come back around. And then you can be like, synchronicity. And it's like, no, we made this happen. Like this. The other day, I was just like telling my my roommate, I was like, I wish I had some wireless headphones. The fucking next day, coming into my building, look at the stairs, and I found a pair of wireless Bluetooth speakers. Like, you couldn't ask for more. I didn't even remember, and she was like, you know that you manifested that. I was like, hold on, you're crazy.
Yeah, that used to happen with dumpster diving all the time. I had an ex, like when I was on the street, he taught me how to dumpster dive, and like we would talk about like, we need a new knife or something, and like the next day we would find it, like so often. Like, I don't know, it happened enough times where like I don't usually put stock in that kind of thing, but I'm just like, this is weird. Like, is this something like triggering our brain to look for things that aren't there? But like, why that trash can just now? But it happened so often. Like the next day we like just find that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Our brains, I think, are very bad at attributing cause and effect. They mix them up.
Yeah, totally.
And also, temporally, we'll be like, oh, I thought of this then, and then this happened, but really it's like, no, this happened,
Yeah.
and then you remembered, and then you switch it, and but like, whatever it is, when you get that connection coming,
It's
that
fun.
light bulb,
Yeah.
it's amazing. To the point,
Totally.
to the point where I'm like, fully down with manifesting. I'm like, fuck it. Guess what? You just forget about the ones that don't work.
Yeah, right? It's fine. Like, as long as it's not like you're not like out there, I don't know, trying to get stuff and it's not coming. I mean, if it's just like happens once in a while, then you're good, I think.
How's your music is pretty low right now, right?
I mean, like, it's relatively low, but I don't want to like.
Because like if you put it louder, it is coming through. I actually have to go to the washroom, and Jens isn't here. If you wanted to troubleshoot further, we could do that. But I'm not going to be too much of a control freak about it. But what do you think?
I mean, are you saying you can hear it the way it is?
I think right now I'm pretty sure it's all good. I'm not
Okay,
stream-wise,
then.
but it's playing on a speaker, right?
No, it's just on my phone.
Yeah. If you wanted to give it another go to try and sort out whatever the issue is with your headphones.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Okay, I have to pee though. I'll be right back.
No problem. All right.
Okay, wait. I want to show you something.
Oh, okay.
I had this planned ahead of time. I'm going to show you, but you can't ruin the surprise for when it's planned for when I got like a big group.
My lips are sealed.
Okay, but you deserve the secret for being here. So, my plan was to have that song that I had queued up literally 1 millisecond before Jens got called away. Fuck. You know, it's like, I understand, but fuck, man. I had it planned. Oh, fuck. And now Jens coming back? Okay, never mind. Sorry.
You're just trying to ruin your life right now.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Hey,
What's up, bro?
No.
You got a great sense of timing.
yep, just done with my stuff.
You're off work now? Jen?
Are you still at work or are you done?
Done with my work.
Hell,
So it's
hell
not
yeah,
illegal
bro.
for you to be here anymore?
It's illegal, but I don't care.
Oh shit.
Okay, I was gonna say I would tweet about this,
Rebel.
but I don't want to get you in trouble.
Cool.
Oh, no,
cool.
it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
it's one time, one target.
Okay, wait. We're getting a little feedback from you, Brooke.
Sorry, I had the phone in my hand because I was tweeting.
Okay.
Not about this. I was tweeting to somebody else.
Oh my god, Jens, right before you came back, I was
Yeah.
I was about to share a secret with Brooke, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to show you what I was going to show you guys, like 1 millisecond before Jens had to go. And then 1 millisecond before I was about to show her it, it was like, Jens wants to
Came
join.
Impeccable timing.
Impeccable. Impeccable. Couldn't have asked for better, but did you just leave your whole setup or whatever? Like, are you back in the music sesh, or did you ever leave?
Yeah, I
Yep,
was opening Spotify on my computer because it turned out it was downloaded, but then I had to log in. I don't remember my password, so I'm gonna leave it for now.
Okay, what about you, Jens?
Yep, I'm back.
Oh, you were
Back
talking
in
to
it.
me, huh?
Back in black. Okay. This is a hell of a jam you guys should tune into.
Brother Ali.
I love that, Ali.
What? Who are you? Nobody knows Brother Ali. This is like
I don't know if I've heard this song though.
this is like a very core part of my philosophy.
I really like Forrest Whitaker. It's like one of my favorite songs ever.
Oh my god, that song is you.
Basically.
Okay, wow. I'm really feeling a vibe connection. Jens, we gotta find what's going on, man. What kind of music you into? That's a horrible
To
question.
be honest, I haven't really been listening to any music.
Oh shit! All right.
Kendrick. What?
like
Lamar
tell me
or
a couple
another
songs.
one?
Like Kendrick Lamar. Like
oh, Kendrick.
his early
I thought you said
albums.
country.
No, Kendrick Lamar.
I'm so sorry. I was like country. Alrighty.
No, it's fine.
I can find you some country jams.
Okay, cool. All right, that's cool, man. Yeah, we're this is okay. Now it's a threesome. This is another dynamic. Me and Brooke are vibing. We'll get there. So, what was what do you do for work again, Jens? You're like software or QA?
Software engineer. So just building website.
Dope, man. That's dope. That's what I wish I could do. I'll get there. I'll get there.
So what do you do? Like I know Brooke is delivery, like food delivery. What about you?
For me, well, right now I'm unemployed.
Oh, it's fine. I was unemployed for 2 years.
Unemployed.
Fun employed. Fuck, I always say that. Who are you? Why were we not
Well,
already
no, because you
closer
said
friends?
it to me. You said it to me already.
Yeah,
I didn't make that up. You made that up.
Okay, now I'm just looking for synchronicities. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just living abroad. You know, it's a funny thing when you live abroad. To just kind of like barely get by, you feel really successful. You're like, shit, I'm just living abroad. Like, that's something.
What brought you to Germany, if you don't mind me asking?
I had a girlfriend. We had like a long distance relationship. And so then we closed the distance, and then we were together for a time, and that time has passed. But I chose to remain in Germany because fuck, I learned the goddamn language, so what am I gonna do? Just throw that shit out the window? No, and now I have friends here, so it's good. Does that answer your question, Jen?
Yeah. I mean, because
Fuck,
like,
man.
Sorry.
I love to answer it,
I
but
thought you
there's
were
n-
German.
Really?
I thought you were German. Like you speak German and whatever stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm not German. You know, it's the weird thing is that I learned this. This is kind of weird. If you want to be a German citizen, you have to give up your other citizenship.
Oh,
They
they don't
make-
allow dual citizenship.
Nope. They make you choose. And when I think about it, I'm like, yo, I don't know. It's something feels wrong about giving up my Canadian citizenship. You know, that's part of an identity and shit. I'm like, is there a process? Is this like, irreversible, or is it like, you know, a vasectomy? You know, like usually you can get it back. But it's not a bad. It would definitely be an upgrade. Huge upgrade in any kind of a non-heart identity-based comparison. It's like, yo, EU citizenship is the future, and the now. But yeah, I know, as far as like, yo, you get a EU citizenship, you can just live, work wherever the fuck in the EU that you want. So it's, but just giving one up, I'm like, no, I want to have both. I don't know, what do you guys think? No, wait, Singapore has the best visa, has the best passport in the whole world.
I mean,
But
Singapore is like, it's like Germany. You can't have dual citizenship. So
well,
Yeah.
maybe you guys had, but would, yeah, no, you are. It's so stupid. I think it's stupid that you have to choose. But what about you, Brooke? Would you ever trade citizenships?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just don't think any country would let me get a visa.
Maybe there's a
I got a college
pathway.
degree. I don't have like a real job.
Yeah, no, I don't have any of those things either. I just got in on a working holiday visa,
Oh.
so it
Oh.
allowed me to for a 1 year stay to come here with no qualifications. I can work, I can learn the language, and I'm on my second one of that. And after this one's up, I will have to transition to student visa or language learning visa for the purpose of being a student, because I don't think I'm gonna have suddenly a college degree or a job offer of any sort. Oh, what the hell? Shivani's back in the waiting room. That little pause you gotta take. Let somebody arrive. Yeah, no, Zoom meetings, there needs to be more rituals, graphics, user experience design done for the new entrant, you know? I want a door to open, I don't know. I want there to be a door graphic just always, and then there's a knocking.
Hey,
hey,
What up?
I took a quick bath and I kind of feel better now.
Okay, cool. Great to have you back.
How is it going? Are you guys having the Spotify thing?
I think we got it all going. Everyone's jamming.
What?
I think we're all jamming out. Unless
Where you are?
something
I
mistaken.
can't see the link again.
Oh, do you need the link again?
That's the
Ed?
Spotify link.
Okay, one sec. I'll just repost it in the chat. What up? There you go.
So are you guys on from your phone?
I'm playing.
I
everything
am, but I
on
think
desktop.
they are not.
It's
I think I'm going to open it.
it's very flexible. I'm doing everything on desktop, but I had to start it on my phone. But then it seems like you can just transition. I don't know.
I'm
It's
gonna have a cigarette, but you guys are figuring this out.
sure. Why do you say I'm gonna have a cigarette and then you just bring us with you?
You want me to leave you here?
No,
I just
no.
meant like I'm gonna be
It's
walking
fine.
and like not talking for a second.
No, it's
Um,
fine. It's just funny
sorry.
because I'm so used to being like, all right, it's cool. See you in a minute, and then it's like, I'm gonna take you guys for a cigarette.
That's okay. I'll do that next time.
you're quite a heavy smoker, bro.
Smoke like half or a third of a cigarette at a time. But
That's
I'm
like
also
your fourth,
What?
fourth cigarette or the fifth cigarette.
Yo, dude, that's
Oh
how,
yeah. I only smoke a little bit at a time. I don't smoke a whole cigarette. But I'm also drinking,
oh.
which makes a difference.
Definitely, she's smoking a lot less than I've seen people, and a lot less than I've smoked in a similar time frame. But okay, I want to hit.
I'm
you
also
guys.
like getting used to this format. Sorry.
Yeah, we're figuring it out. Shivani, how you doing? You plugged in?
I'm just trying to connect it
Okay.
on.
Tell me when you're in, and then I'm gonna drop the first real jam of the night. I've been saying that the whole day, but so Jens, software, you're a web developer?
Yep.
And whereabouts? Back end, front end, middle end, up to the side?
Mostly front end,
Okay.
but I don't do back end too.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah, I was previously unemployed also for 2 years, so yeah, so it's
Fuck, man.
fine.
Yeah, no, it's way more the worst thing about being unemployed is way more in your head, and the literal physical consequences of it, of you not having money to buy things. That's pretty bad, but I think the torture that we put on ourselves can sometimes be even worse.
I think you can probably say that about just about anything in life, not just unemployment.
Tell us
A
when.
long distance relationship,
Yes, I had one.
yeah, like, was that very disappointing? Like when it didn't work out?
No, it ran its course. You know, it has a lot of emotions associated with it that I don't want to downplay, but at the same time don't want to go too into. You know what I mean? But I think it suffices to say that I don't see it as an unsuccessful relationship.
I think it's a mark of like. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, come in. Bringing you in.
Well, I was going to say I think it's a mark of maturity when people could be friends with their exes, but then I realized you didn't actually say whether you guys are still friends or not, and so I realized I maybe should not say that, but now I said it anyway.
Okay.
I kind of am friends with all my exes right now that I think of it.
Is it your
we are
What?
not friends, but I don't know. I think we could be, perhaps, but maybe not. I don't know. It's complicated. I don't know. It's not so easy.
Usually is.
You know, some people
What-
take it as like an automatic, yeah, but stay friends, and it's just like sometimes life is a little more complicated than that. I wouldn't say it's on like enemies, like never ever, but it's like, there's a couple things to sort out, and you can't do that like right after you break up, whatever. Moving on, Jens. I didn't have a question for you. You posed that question to me, so I just felt
yeah,
like I should pass back to you.
So I
Oh, I'm
am
finally on
been
the
working from
Spotify
home.
sheet.
Oh shit. Okay, let me find a
Discord?
good.
What? No, I was just saying I connected on the Spotify thing. You guys.
Okay.
You.
Okay, then I shall play
Oh.
the first song of the playlist I made. This is just to get us on a level, because we're all lost in time. We're all across the world.
Okay, why can't I hear this Spotify? Yeah, I think I probably need to come here from my phone.
Is somebody pausing it, or
What kind of music?
I don't know why it keeps on pausing.
Oh, I hope maybe I did. I don't know. My phone screen was open. It made a click something while I moved.
Yeah, no, I'm not entirely sure yet how the Spotify syncs works. I thought it was to a degree independent, but now there's like some sort of a connection. Somebody pauses it or increases the volume even, and suddenly it's louder for me too.
Okay, this is weird. I can't really listen to the music. It's playing. But
Mine says it's not
It's
playing.
funny, it's
Yeah.
funny, you might have to change your device.
yeah, that's what. Or if I take off my headphones. Yeah, I still cannot hear it.
Try to change it to your
Don't worry. Just
laptop or whatever.
we'll figure it out.
My Spotify says it's not playing. The song says it's paused.
I think this is when there's a degree of. I think you can just press play again. It might like skip ahead, or all I know is that my experience with Victoria was when I skipped to another song, then it resynced.
Oh, is this like a premium feature? I cannot open this on my phone.
I am unaware, but I would assume it is a premium feature. Do you not have Spotify Premium?
Because I don't have Spotify Premium. I just use it occasionally.
Then I don't think that you're able to vibe with us.
Yeah, that sucks.
Fuck. Yeah, I mean, I could have been a little bit more discerning to be like, oh, this is what we're gonna need to do this. But I mean, you can still hang out with
But
us.
it's so weird. It's still on my laptop. Like the songs are playing. I can't hear them.
I skipped the song. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button.
No problem. I don't even.
But
know
I
what's
do
going-
love this song also.
What song is playing for
it's
you right
working
now?
You
Deltron
have to
33.
change your device, Ishwani.
Time keeps on slipping
Okay, wait.
into the future.
I'm gonna
That's
change
fine.
song real quick though, because this one is
Yeah,
the
go
one.
ahead. Sorry.
This was the inspiration for me. This one.
Yeah, I accidentally hit the shuffle button when I was trying to click.
That's
connect.
what happens. I was like,
Yeah, I was
did
trying
not-
to change devices, not shuffle.
oh my god. You know what this is? This is
Okay, I'm
like
just saving these songs to listen to later. That's what I'm doing.
Oh.
note taking. This is an experiential workshop, Ishvani. Yeah, no, this is weird. It's like I thought it's supposed to be my session. You know, you'd think like one person controls it mostly, but then they're like everyone's the leader. I don't know. It's a new feature, so I don't think they haven't hammered out the details yet. I'm gonna be
I'm
reaching
playing
out.
on the speakers because I can hear the song.
Yeah, that's
Slightly.
Brooke.
Sorry.
Mm.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
it was that loud.
That's probably how I'm going to listen to it now.
Yeah, no, keep it, Brooke.
Oh.
Keep it, and then Ishvani can get like a little kind of secondhand vibe.
You hear it?
Why don't
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, global shit posters. That's what the vibe of this is. And this is definitely the song that fucking, when I thought of it, I was like, yes, this is perfect. What is it called? Where are you from, Brooke?
What is
Sound of San Francisco?
What town are you from?
Reading.
Yeah, it's like Reading, Cologne, Mumbai, Singapore.
Not from Mumbai.
Or wait, well,
Just saying.
Oh,
wait,
where are
sorry.
you
I
from
thought you
again,
lived
Ishwani?
there.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I live in Delhi.
Oh, fuck,
Mumbai is
sorry.
like
Okay.
some other city here. which is
Yo,
like
honest
really
mistake, my bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
where is Delhi? Let's see.
It's right there, bro.
I have a Kashmiri friend.
Who you do? My boyfriend is a Kashmiri.
Yeah. Oh, your boyfriend is Kashmiri.
Yeah. But like.
Wait, are you
he's-
Muslim?
No. So
Bro,
there are,
don't
like, Kashmiri.
don't bring some
I-
shit into this. That's too much of a can of worms, please.
But like.
Not saying that I know it
Kashmiri-
would be or not, but it's like careful.
Not all.
Yeah.
Even Kashmiri. So like the Kashmiri, you know, are they a Muslim? Because like there are different Kashmiris.
Oh.
There are many different
I
colors.
wanted to make a joke, but then it might be a bit offensive.
What?
Yeah, I'll let you be the judge of that,
Is this-
Trent.
Is this you
I
call a
can't-
love jihad?
Yeah, this is like a very prop. Like, he so it You know what that is, right?
Yeah, love jihad.
Yeah, so like this is like a term people really use in an offensive way, but it would be love jihad if he was a Muslim too, but he's not. So
Okay. Okay. Funny story about this song. This is the first song that somebody showed me the first time that I ever smoked weed. Maybe this second time. And it was like the first time I had ever listened to music. And he put it on my earphones, and we were in the middle of a forest. I could not believe how blown away I was. I don't know, for this
wait, so if I access this link later, Connor, like the Spotify thing, is it going to still show up? Like all the songs that were played?
if the session is still open later, I mean, you could just subscribe to Spotify Premium right now and do it. I don't know. I never like to assume people can just do things that require money, but
Did you make a playlist for this? You can just share the playlist with her, and then she can listen to it even if she doesn't have a premium
Yeah.
later.
yeah, no, I could share the playlist with you. It's just a short playlist. To be honest, we've just been fucking around with random shit. Like, I'm more of an improvisatorial DJ than prepare a set list for like so long. You know what I mean?
You gotta be if you're gonna follow the vibes.
You gotta chase them. You gotta surf them. Guys. But I hope you can at least hear a little bit of Brooks' music because we're just talking. So. Oh my god, this is so much cooler than usually when I think of like. Oh fuck. I guess I should have notified Ishvani upon her joining that we were streaming this. I'm sorry, Ishvani. I have no.
Oh shit, I
What?
forgot we are streaming.
I have no YouTube subscribers.
Oh.
And
yeah.
nobody's watching.
Did you catch that, Shivani, though? This is being streamed on YouTube?
I did.
Okay.
I did. It was just lagging a little for me, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
would you like me
very embarrassing. Slightly.
Would you like me to turn off the stream? I'm just down to vibe with you guys.
It's completely up to you.
No. It's not just up to
I
me.
don't mind. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care.
Your YouTube.
Okay, I'm sorry for not being more on top of that. I just caught up in the vibes. It was just a bunch of, I don't know, whatever it was. Still sorry. Anyways, we can move on. Thank you for allowing me that grace.
Are you blushing right now? It looks like you're blushing.
Well, it's embarrassing, you know? I don't like to...
It's adorable. It's okay. Don't feel bad. I wasn't
Wait,
trying to make you feel
now
bad.
that I
It's
think
cute.
of it, we talk about love jihad, and that is kind of creepy to be on a live stream, but okay.
Well, that was Jen, so you don't have to be embarrassed for him.
Yeah, we shouldn't put it here. I forgot we were live streaming. Shouldn't have asked that.
Yeah, nobody's... I mean, I would like to do, like, a live stream, but I didn't, like, tweet it out. I have no subscribers. There's no one watching it. It is recorded, though, but that's also not... I don't know. I'm, like, consent along the way, you know? Even if I was to live stream it, I would be like, I would ask everyone again, okay, can I post a recording of the live stream? Like, give people a little option along the entire way. So I'm yeah. Well, fucking,
It's fine. When we become famous, someone will dig out our posts and
oh
and
yeah.
accuse us of something.
Oh yeah. This is the
It'd be
come
cool too to see like how these progress. Like, okay, this was the first one, a little bit buggy. Like this was the 20th one, or whatever. You know, if you keep doing this with other people or whatever.
Yeah. Or hey, I mean, a lot of the biggest bugs were like everyone else's like very individual audio setups that they're kind of having to combobulate. I would love to have you guys back because then those will have been solved. Whereas with new people, then I would have to think of like, how to tell them to make sure that their audio things are
Yeah.
good.
That is provided I actually figure out whatever's going on with my audio in the meantime. But point taken.
Yeah, and that you need Spotify. You know, I felt bad for fucking it up because Sean couldn't come.
That was me too, though. If I had just looked at what the time it was, like in your column, and then done math, it would have been fine. But I did not.
Yeah, what happened was I had them all laid out in the column, and then I realized, oh, they're not in order, the columns. So I swapped the times, but not the names. I
Ooh,
think that's what happened.
Oh,
Probably sounds about right.
But yeah, no, he was supposed to come, but he didn't even have Spotify. And I was like, oh, I have a Duo account I could hook you up with. Then I was looking into how to do that for him, and it's like you have to be registered at the same address. And I was like, yo, I don't know how into this I got time to be. You know what I mean? What are we working? Bro, Sean, do you got a VPN or I don't know? Can you say your address? A lot of shit to fuck with, but after a certain point, I'm just vibing. Anyways, let me see if there's a good little ditty I could diddle for you guys. This is a beautiful song. I swear to God, if you say that you love White Reaper, Brooke, I'm gonna ask you to marry me.
I don't know who they are. We're
Okay.
safe.
Okay, thank God. Well, not thank God, but
I have no idea who they are.
this album is so great. It's just entitled "The World's Best American Band."
Yeah, no, we should definitely share music more actively, Connor. I would like to pick your brain. Do you like Electric Six?
Never heard of them.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, it could be a thing.
What do you guys usually listen to? What kind of music do you listen to? All of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
well, at night I listen to like gorgeous piano music and soft stuff, and then during the day I listen to like hip hop and EDM, sometimes rock and roll or indie rock.
I'm pretty all over the place, but like indie rock, hip hop. I've been kind of re-tapping back into my metal origins as like a forgotten part of my angsty teenage past.
Oh my god, same. These days, I'm going back to my angsty teenage years.
It's such a needed thing. But I'm pretty open to it. Getting into a little more electronic music, but I'm very much a song guy. If it's a good song, I'll add it to my Spotify liked songs, and that is my tree of musical life. Every branch flows from the tree. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Spotify like is one of the few things that I would have difficulty living without at this point.
Yeah, fucking whoa.
What about you, Shani? Sorry.
I guess it's the same like Connor. I'm all over the place. These days I'm listening to like my old metal songs, and I also found out this really cool band because of Connor. Like it's this German band Bilderberg. I'm listening to it a lot. So
What are they called?
Bilderberg.
It's
I think I
really
know.
hard sound to hear, to be honest.
I'll send you some songs.
Yeah, awesome.
So
Thank you.
good. Like they're so fun.
I'm so glad that you enjoyed them, Ishvani. I swear to God, Brooke, if this band wasn't singing in German, they would be the biggest band in the world or something. I don't know. Like they could.
I know, right? Like they could totally sing a song in English and they get really popular all over the world.
Yeah, and they do sing part of their lyrics in English.
I've been listening to some weird, like, the other day stumbled across, like, I don't know even what it's called, but it's like hardstyle mixed with German folk music. So there's like yodeling along with like super heavy, like hardstyle, like rave EDM music, and it's the strangest thing I've heard in my life, but I love it.
It's the anthem. That's the national anthem.
What are you, gents? Music time. Oh, you said Kendrick. Like besides Kendrick.
Oh yeah, I have been listening to some metal recently. Iron Maiden,
Iron Maiden.
The Trooper.
Oh my God. I'm just like, I could like, Brooke. You like, I don't know. You look like you're at an Iron Maiden concert. Or like you would fit right in. You know. I hope that.
Because I'm wearing black and like black eyeliner.
You just look like you could rock.
Oh.
True.
Maybe. I don't know. I like shows where I can actually get in the mosh pit, and like those kind of mosh pits, you get your nose broken. I like Me First and the Gimme Gimmes like kind of mosh pits or whatever, like a little like more lighthearted.
Okay, okay. I don't think is Iron. I don't know. I haven't been to many live shows in my life, and not really moshed so hard in my life. I like the best mosh pit I was ever in was like Run the Jewels.
Ah, I haven't seen them. I would love to see them.
Oh, they're amazing.
Although I didn't like the last album that much.
Yeah, it wasn't such a hitter. What about you guys? Y'all Run the Jewels?
Nah, I've never been in a mosh pit. Yeah.
Mosh pits are really fun when you're a skinny girl because it's usually a bunch of big dudes, and like I like had a couple that I've been in where like you get elbowed and like fly onto the floor and like your ass hits the ground, and before like you even have all the time to crunch, somebody's got your arm and throwing you back up again. You just get thrown back and forth everywhere. It's so much fun.
Oh yeah, it's like you protect people as you beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, but that's only the nicer ones. I had a friend who had his nose broken at a Slayer concert.
Ooh.
Like that's just people pouring out their rage, and that's not so fun.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, there was a time in my life where I feel like I would have been like, let's throw it. But like, people just get stuck in there, like just standing there, and suddenly like, what's going on?
Yeah. Do you like LP also? I'm guessing.
I mean, of course. I
Okay.
can't.
No, last people I ran into who talked about Run the Jewels didn't know who LP was. Oh no.
That's kind of a little natural. No, I haven't listened to as much of his stuff solo as I would have wished, but all of the stuff that I have heard, I was just like, yeah, this guy deserved it when he popped off. You know what I mean?
What
We
is
lost
this
his
LP?
Shivani.
I don't know.
Yeah, what is this LP you were talking about?
He's just
He's the
one
producer.
half.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's one half of Run the Jewels. So he at the start. Well, Killer Mike is the other half, and Killer Mike just kind of had him be the producer for his last solo album, and then he was like, "Yo, this is like a whole new thing. Like this is not the same." And then from then on, they were like, "Yo, we got to form a new group." So you can kind of like go back to Killer Mike's last album, and it's almost like Run the Jewels version 0 because it has the same funky, crazy, wild beats, and then you see why they're like, oh yes, this is peanut butter and jelly.
My favorite story about them is like I don't know, was it before the first album or before I think it was after the first album. They did Kickstarter and they wanted to make a second album, and they were like, if we make this like, you know, they named like a super ridiculous amount of money that they didn't think they would get in donations. They're like, if we make that much money, we're gonna make an album of all cat sounds called Meow the Jewels. But then they made that much money, and so they made the album.
I've never actually listened to the album, but I never knew the story.
It's not super listenable, but the idea is delightful. It's all like cat recordings, like stretched out or whatever.
It's music. Oh shit, Shivani is coming back. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool, Jens. Like, I asked one other person to join, and they were like, "This is gonna sound fake, but I just don't listen to music."
yeah. I mean, that's me, man. That's me.
Yeah, dude, it ain't no thing, you know. It's, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that people can't listen to music or don't enjoy it. But I totally understand people who just haven't kind of found the enjoyment, or have found it but haven't explored it so much. For me, it's like a huge
This is
thing.
probably the longest I've gone without listening to music because I can't hear it that well. In like, I don't know, since I was asleep. And I listen to music when I'm asleep, and it's just the playlist usually ends before I wake up, and so that's music all the time music.
Well, get your Bluetooth sorted out, girl.
Wow.
We're here.
I
we're
can hear
here.
it kind of. It's just not that loud.
Okay, you can sort it out though.
I could.
You
No.
could. This is a solvable problem. I believe in you.
But then I have to find my Spotify password.
I know, sometimes it's hard. Hey Ishvani, welcome back.
Hi, Shwani.
Hey, Shwani.
I'm doing another thing where I'm just like playing the songs on my phone because I see the queue.
Oh, you can see it. Cool. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah, why is not all of this shit just integrated? I don't know. I don't know. This is like, this is kind of just as a spontaneous idea by me. I've never, like, through the whole fucking lockdowns throughout the world, like, when people were just like, hey, let's just take all the shit that, you know, we were doing that we can't do, and let's just put it on a Zoom call. And I was always like, that's so lame. Fuck off. I'm not even gonna... It doesn't translate directly, you know what I mean? But now I'm like, in the second wave, I'm like, okay, it doesn't translate directly, but perhaps there is a way that there's some bit of a translation. But, like, you know, if there is, well, then it doesn't matter who you're doing it with, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, Twitter mutuals. 'Cause I had my friend Victoria, who I used to live near in Canada, and she helped me test out all the basics of it, and she was like, she dropped out like fucking 30 seconds before. She's like, no, social anxiety, I can't do it. And I was like,
Oh, no, I hit the wrong button again. Oh no. Okay, it's okay.
there are no
Oh,
wrong
no.
buttons.
No, I hit the shuffle button. Stop shuffling. Okay.
It's fine. The music didn't change.
Okay. Whew.
Social anxiety.
But yeah, I know she helped me test it all out and everything, but at first she was like, okay, I'm gonna stay, but then she had like this weird funky like space green screen pattern that she was like a space girl. And she's like, can I stay space girl if I stay? And I was like, yes, you can. And she's like, no, it's still not enough, bye. So,
For me, I understand it can be anxiety-inducing to meet strangers and try to talk about something.
yeah, no, it's, the backgrounds and the green screens definitely help. But I want to know what's behind those trees. I'm like, I can't help it. I'm like,
You want? Oh, wait. It's just a Chinese family. Wait. Let's see.
the suspense, gens. Oh, there we
Can
go.
you see?
Yes. Looks very nice. Smile every day.
Yep, that's my parents' room.
Cool. Cool. Ah,
Do you see like a bunch of things there? That's like Buddhist stuff.
okay. Damn, I haven't been in so many Chinese homes, but this definitely looks like every single one I've been in.
Yep.
uh,
Well,
so hard not to...
I'm sure you can see some Hindu stuff. Hindu stuff with Ishwani's place.
Really? I
Yeah,
didn't...
but I'm not sure if you can see like. Oh, you can see the Hindu element. There's one which is like very obvious if you can figure that out.
Oh my god.
Oh, Ganesh.
Yeah.
Yo, cool. I love that shit. I'm always like, I don't know, it's better now, but, you know, from being from Vancouver, I mean, people think because I'm from Canada that I must speak French, and I don't, and in the West, almost nobody does, and so there are more Chinese people and Indian people than French speakers by like 100 times. Yeah, so it's kind of like being all around that. It's always a very sensitive thing how much you dig into somebody's origins. That can be like super microaggressive, but also when you get to know them, that's like part of getting to know somebody, where they're from, their culture, and all that. So I'm always like a little bit like very careful about how much I pry. You know what I mean? I used to never feel comfortable to ask somebody like, "Hey, where are you from?" Because when I was in Canada, you know, being a citizen, it's kind of like, you know, of course, the connotations. Oh, so you think I'm not Canadian? But now that I'm in Germany, and I'm not a citizen here, I can just ask anybody, yo, where are you from? And it's hilarious. Like,
Abusing your privilege.
I don't have the privilege here. Not in that way.
That's why you can abuse it.
You can't abuse something you don't have, bro. But it's funny because still Germans will will get offended, and then I'm like, I could just also be asking you where in Germany you are from. Which is also very interesting to me now, because now I've lived here, I can have an idea of where that is, what that means. It means a lot as well, but it is a weird thing to transition from that. I was like, oh shit, I don't have to be as woke here, like.
It's like me and an Asian guy going to America and like asking the white folks sensitive questions. Hey, I'm an Asian. Hey.
I had a friend on the street who was Korean, and he would put on this stupid, like, I don't even think it was a real accent. Like, I think he was faking it up. But he would go in and, like, shoplift and just pretend to be, like, he had really thick glasses and was kind of pudgy. And he was, I'm not even trying to do it. But he would just try and pretend to be, he didn't really have that big of an accent. He would just, like, nobody would look at it twice. He's like, oh, just, some crazy Korean tourist. And he just, like, robbed them blind.
Oh my god. That is so fucking good.
He said it never worked in Koreatown, though, because they would watch him. But in all the white areas, like, no one would look twice.
I've always thought about if I am in like a really troublesome situation somewhere, what if I just start saying gibberish so they think I'm from somewhere else and they won't get it, and that would be fun to try once.
Yeah, I think people would. I don't know. I always wonder, like, how would people react if they don't have any, if I was to speak whatever language it is. My first language is English, so everyone would always be like, English. Everyone knows it's too famous. It's British Empire. It's the world. You know what I mean? But like, imagine you're somebody from, like, I don't know, what's the weirdest country you could think of? Fucking Turkmenistan or some crazy shit. Like, just dropped in the middle of nowhere. What would people think? Where are you from? What are you speaking?
Jens, what all languages do you speak? I assume you're...
Chinese.
Yeah.
Chinese and Malay. So
Malay.
except for Tamil, I don't speak Tamil. So Singaporean
You
languages.
speak what? Singaporean, yeah.
Chinese, English, and Malay.
Malay.
That's interesting, nice.
There's a Singaporean language?
I mean, it's the official languages in
Oh, okay.
Singapore. Yeah.
I just
Okay.
remember once having like this friend from Malaysia, and they always use this word "la" for like anything. I don't, and they try
Yeah, that's
to
like
explain it
Singlish,
to me.
right?
Yeah, it's English.
Yeah, so I was like, what is "la" and why do you keep using it? So they're like, you could
What
use
is
it
la?
anywhere. You could use it anywhere. It's like
Yo.
multiple.
Fucking school us, Jens. Teach us.
It's like walao, teach me lah, teach me leh, teach me lah. It's like la is
Is it just kind of like
leh
a...
is like question.
Okay.
So leh is like a question. La is like an emphasis. Like help lah, hey, help lah. It's like you just put it to emphasize the help.
Okay. It's more...
So like,
yeah.
you could put it anywhere. That's nice.
Yeah, there's some weird language parts that are literally like, you can't try to understand them, you just use them. It's fun.
It's funny, I wanted to ask, in the Bollywood movies that I've seen, I was speculating on, like, because it seemed to me like English was being used at places where it was kind of like for emphasis, not just loan words. Do you feel like that happens at all in Hindi?
So like that depends on where you are. If you're in like a city like mine, if you're like in a metropolitan city, people use a mix of English and Hindi, or like their native language. So they'd speak something in the middle in English and then suddenly something in Hindi. It's like a mix.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is there. So I guess what you saw in all the Bollywood movies, I wouldn't take them for like showing the actual things because they're like really exaggerated.
Yeah, yeah.
What? That isn't
I
just
got
how
that.
life is in India all the time.
Nobody dances on the street out of the blue. And like,
I am sad to hear that, but not surprised.
Yo, I'm canceling my flights.
but yeah, like there are so many things about India that other people are like really shocked to see because they saw something else in the films, and I'm like, no, that's like you're fooled. That doesn't happen at all. This was one of those things.
Yo, Ishvani, I'm gonna send you later a photo of this guy who's like a family friend of mine, and family frenemy, more like it. He's like the biggest dirtbag, but somehow he's friends with us. And he went to India just out of the blue. Nobody knows why. And he just sent back these photos of him dressed in like full like Indian garb with a turban on. And we were like, what the fuck happened, bro?
He dressed in what? Okay, just send me the photo.
Yo,
I think it's a kurta.
I don't know the full name of it.
Ah, bus driver! Oh, I love this song. This song is so good. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, I just thought I thought my Spotify was starting to play. I looked down, I was like, no. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Anderson Park. I really love Anderson Park.
Yeah, let me see. What is the best way that I could dig up this photo of him? Here, you guys talk. I'm gonna try and find it because it's so funny.
Talk. I'm gonna listen to Worlds to Run. I do love Bus Driver. Some of his stuff is totally unlistenable. Like, I appreciate his technical proficiency and like the way he combines different genres, but I don't really enjoy listening to a lot of it. But some of his songs I enjoy listening to quite a bit.
I had never heard
You are-
him try. I listened to him afterwards.
Yeah, but he's not many people have. Even people living in LA, where he's from, have not heard of him. So that was really exciting.
Have you guys heard of this Australian band Hiatus Coyote?
Yes, I love them.
You have? Oh my
Yeah.
god, I love them so much.
Yeah.
And like not a lot of people over here they know them, or even outside, I guess. I'm not sure in the US.
They got like the really hot chick as a singer, right?
Yeah, Napalm.
Okay.
I love her so much. She's like really nice, and yeah. And now that you told me about like you were saying about this bus driver, I don't know why you reminded me of Napalm. That made me ask you that question. But yeah, they're really nice.
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite? Is your favorite movie a Bollywood movie, or is your favorite movie a Western movie?
So I have not usually watched a lot of Bollywood movies. I think I stopped watching Bollywood movies when I was in like school. I just don't. I don't know, or even Hollywood movies for that matter. I do love movies. It's just that I keep watching the same movies over and over again instead of really new movies. But yeah, if you have to talk about my favorite movie, do I even have? I don't think it's a Bollywood movie for sure. So okay, so like in India, there's like Bollywood is like this really annoying sort of like a industry, and then there's like Hindi cinema industry, which is like different.
Oh.
It's not Bollywood. It's like you have your Indian movies, but they don't have to be Bollywood. Which is
Okay, I
like,
didn't know that. I just kind of lumped them all together. What is Barfi?
no.
Is Barfi part of Hindi cinema, or is it Bollywood? It's
No,
probably
I think
Hindi.
it is. I think it's definitely Bollywood. No.
Really? Barfi's
Yeah.
Bollywood? It's so like
like,
Amelie like.
I think this is kind of like a sort of like an imaginary thing that I'm grouping these things as, because when you think of Bollywood, you think of these really popular actors and actresses.
And they're like families, they're dynasties.
yeah, like the whole nepotism,
Yeah.
all of that. So that's
Yeah.
what I think when I think of Bollywood, like these big production houses. And when I think of Hindi movies, I think of the indie movies, and they're really good. There's some really good movies, and I feel like that they don't even people don't know about them, and they're like
Yeah.
hidden gems just because they don't. Just because like really popular people didn't act in them.
Right.
Yeah, so if you want to watch some Hindi movies, I could totally recommend some really nice ones.
Absolutely. Barfi is my favorite movie ever.
Barfi
And I don't
was
know
cute.
where it. What?
Barfi was really cute.
I like it a lot.
Barfi? I know 3 Idiots.
Yeah, Barfi.
Three Idiots, yeah.
Who's that, like the
That's a
Vampire Slayer?
Bollywood.
Yeah. What, Connor?
Okay, I have this. I have. Okay, I have the files. We have the documents, folks.
We're so determined.
Oh, it's here. It's here. I hope you guys can see. I'm gonna drop it one at a time because I don't.
So
if
we
this,
can see your friend who went to India.
yeah,
that we don't-
this is like a guy. He's from like the middle of Alberta. He's an electrician. Biggest like wiser. Like he's just trying to rip everyone off. But he's just Dale. His name's Dale. And
Dale.
Then,
All right.
and then
Dale went to India.
And then,
Dale.
okay, sent successfully. There's one of him on the beach. And then that one, you're even like, sure, you know, he's a guy, but sure, go to India, why not? But then you see fucking...
You better not be sending me a virus, fool.
Oh, it's not. The virus is you.
Let me test it for you, bro.
And then you see this one. Fucking hell. Like, I don't know
Holy
who...
crap!
I don't know who took these photos. Does it show
This
up?
guy he's quite old, right?
Yeah. You know, you're like, who introduced him to
It's
people?
not loading. I'll look at them later.
Okay.
I downloaded them.
That's how
What is
things...
this guy doing there?
Wait, I see a photo. This guy. Oh, I don't know why this is so funny to look at. See the third picture. He's at this.
Yeah,
Because he dressed up in all of this shit. I'm like, who gave him that shit?
But somehow he's fitting in the third picture. Like I see him with like the so like this the third picture he's in front of, that's like a Sikh temple. Sikh is like this religion that's not Hindu, and it's a really famous temple. So and like Sikh people wear like this turban which he's wearing, and Sikh people don't cut their hair at all.
So he kind of
Like-
fits in, actually.
Even dudes, like they don't cut never ever. So like that's why they have this
Yeah.
beard. And
The vast majority of
and
Indian immigrants in
he
Canada
already has
are
a beard,
all
so
Sikh.
like he's completely rocking that.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a, maybe a little bit of a cultural difference that like, in Canada it's more like, we're cultural mosaic, everyone's like, maintains their culture as they integrate and add their culture to what being Canadian is. But like, it's super garish, like if you like, go and dress up in somebody else's culture, even if they're inviting you, you're like, it's like, everyone clowns on Justin Trudeau for doing that. You know, he goes to the Sikh temples and dresses up fully. But then again, in that culture, they're like, fucking hell yeah, bro, here's some shit, wear it. And so it's funny to Canadians because it's like kind of making an ass of yourself a little bit, but that's a little bit because of our kind of a conflict of views on, you know, appropriation versus like appreciation.
I there's something I noticed, like I have a Canadian friend. I mean, I met her in Singapore. She's young, but she looks very old. She's like 18 years old, but she looks like she's my age.
How old are you?
How old are you?
25.
Oh,
Very
my baby.
What?
Hey, I'm only 26.
I'm
But I'm
24.
I'm down with being a baby.
Thank you, Ishani. I feel better. I'm 33.
Okay, go on. Canadian chick. Oh, was that just the whole thing? Just that she looked old?
So like you know, I saw a handle on Twitter. It's kind of bad. Like, maybe I shouldn't say a handle, but basically she I thought she was like in her 30s, but when I look at check out her like website, she's like 21.
Yeah, some people
I-
look older.
She just look old, man. Just
Okay, I thought there was. Is there more? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to clown on you. I was expecting and hoping for more. Like, I knew a
I mean,
Canadian chick. She looked
long
old.
a long story short, I feel like Western women, they tend to look older or dress older. could be their diet or
Asian,
something.
Asian people look really, really young. Like,
Mm.
so even in India, there are so many other things that people don't know. Like, India has like the northeastern states, people have mongoloid features, so they kind of look Asian, like Chinese or Korean.
Mongoloid
And-
features.
Yeah.
That's a word that I feel like in some places would get you into trouble for saying.
Really? Okay. But like, it's just four of us right now. I hope nobody takes any offense.
And YouTube.
I certainly
Oh no,
don't.
Connor is live streaming. He is live streaming. Shit.
Shit, yeah.
I'm not.
Brilliant.
This
I don't
VOD is gonna
dare
get
take
deleted
offense.
immediately.
But so like this, there's this one thing I don't get about, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just like talking about people. How do I talk about features? I could say,
know, there's no
oh, you're
term.
slit-eyed, but I'm not saying that. I could have said
Yeah.
that. I'm sorry.
It's funny. It's okay for us to talk about it. We are not living in the West. Just fuck it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
yeah, I'm
fuck
living
it.
in the West and I don't fucking care.
Yeah, and
I'm
like,
not
so-
living in the
so all
West.
for
I don't know. Is Germany considered the West?
sort of.
Sort of.
I
It gets
guess.
conflated.
From where we are, at least for Jens and me, it's best.
Okay, yeah, no. I'm living in the West, and like it's this weird thing where like, oh, I have like a weird compulsion to be aware of all the ways that I could be offending.
Really?
But then to me, it's like
Man.
it's not to
Jen's like, man, I
automatically.
can't talk anymore.
No, it's not to automatically subscribe to them, but it's like just to be aware. And so if I want to cross that boundary or be aware that for some people I would be, I just want to know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And but it's not for most things are not for me personally offensive. White guy from
Is the
Canada.
culture in Germany a lot more like, you know, people in the
PC,
US
a
are
lot
like,
more
they try
PC.
to be like superficial and like really polite. In the US at least, like a lot of people would just, like, you know, small talk, people would just say hi to you, and Germans would find that absolutely weird. Like, why are you saying hi to me? Are you a lunatic? Why would you
Yeah, no,
actually say that?
small talk is not, to my experience, such a thing that you do with like random strangers and shit. No.
No, but over here in Germany, are people more frank? Like, are they more?
Yeah, they're quite direct. They're quite.
Yeah, I like that. Like, there's this thing I heard from some German that they would just like Dutch the bill the minute they're all together, and like the minute the bill comes, they'll start Dutching and they'll start seeing
Dutching?
who owes how much. Yeah, like
Splitting
when they
hairs.
go out for eating, like they're going to split the bill
Mhm.
amongst everyone. And there was this Australian who was like, I don't like that at all. Like, why would you do that? Why are you going to be so specific? Why are you dividing it up? Like, you pay this time, I pay the next time. And I'm with the Germans on this one. Like, just be direct, just do it. Like, get over with it. Why do you have to be so
Yeah,
formal?
I think that's yeah. I mean, it's weird because in these things it really depends on class as well. I mean, if everybody at the table could, without very much financial stress,
Oh.
just afford. Oh, there she goes. Hey, so like.
No, I'm here. I'm just
if
like,
if everyone could just afford a bill without like real stress, then there might be like some variance. Then it can be like, oh, I'll get this time, you get next time. But I mean, that's not for most people who I interact with. So I don't think it's so.
I think it's kind of logical to just split it and get over with it. Like, it's
Well,
just,
if I can, as long as it's not too big of a bill, you know, like for like a coffee, if I invite a friend to go for a coffee, like I will just, if just for simplicity, just be like, yo, get me the next time. And also there is one thing in German culture that that I had to learn, is that when somebody invites you, they have a thing when you translate it directly. When somebody invites you for a coffee, it is implied that they are going to pay for it for you.
oh, there's a German
Oh.
word for that.
Okay.
Well, the German word for it is just inviting in German. But it's when I invite you for a coffee, it is I'm gonna buy you the coffee. And so people do sometimes like, oh, I'm gonna invite you for a dinner. I'm gonna invite you for this, and it's like I'm gonna pay for it. But it's usually for like birthdays and things like that. It's not like regular, but
There's another thing that happened that would be interesting to talk about. So like there was this, I matched with this trans lady on Tinder. So she started like proposition to me lah. She said like she asked me what I'm here for. Then I say looking for a relationship lah. So she was like, are you sure? I wanted you to help me loosen up. Like she basically asked me to have sex with her. And like, so I posted it on Twitter lah, and I said like, you know, I found it repulsive lah. So then I was thinking yeah, I can say it, but then if it's like some guy from the West, I don't think they'll be able to say repulsive lah. They'll probably get swarmed by some SJW or something.
yo, I don't know. It's weird. There's so many different layers and fucking filters that get sewn through, because the truth is, in the vast majority of circles of people you'll ever meet in the West, they're super transphobic and they're super don't give a fucking single shit, and you would never offend any of them. It's just that there are people who do care, and do people, usually in cities, care, and they are more represented in the media. And then there's the people like me who are like not reactive about it but do care, and so it's look.
I'm just letting you guys know, I'm gonna start, I don't have that much of this, but I'm gonna start like drinking some actual hard alcohol because I'm not gonna stay up that much longer.
Sure.
And this is kind of gonna be a party, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm having a
I'm
good
just gonna do it. 'Cause I
time.
don't have anything to mix it with, so I'm just gonna chug it, and if I get drunk, I get drunk.
You
let
get
me know.
drunk. Okay, as long as you don't have too much. It is 10. Let me just hit you guys with a song and then I have to go pee. Here, I'll show you Jen's this song by Bill Debout. Okay, I'll be right back.
Feel the bunch.
Oh, it's terrible.
What are you drinking?
No.
Lime, absolute.
Nice.
I almost never drink. Very, very, very rarely.
I
Kind of like-
drinking.
Me too.
The headache and like the hangover is not worth it.
I don't really drink often or like enough to get hangovers because I drink so rarely. It's like it takes very little for me to get drunk. So I don't really like hangovers. Aren't really a problem. I just don't like the taste of it.
Oh, you like? I think I just like the taste of. My friend once made me taste this thing called Amarula. I don't know if you guys.
Yes, I've had that. I
I
bartended
know.
for like a day
Love the
once.
taste. I love the taste so much. I like this. If there's
Yeah.
one thing I go all the time, it's probably this.
It's like a liqueur, right?
Yeah, and it tastes like coffee a little. And elephants in Africa, they get drunk on it all the time. Like
Oh,
the fruit. So like the.
I don't know if that's cute or not.
It's so funny. Like they'd get drunk and they'd just like, I don't know, fall down and like.
Elephant get drunk, wow.
What?
I mean the elephant get drunk on that.
Yeah, like all the elephants they keep eating that fruit and they get drunk on it, and it's really funny to watch it.
Is it very strong?
I am not sure. I don't think I've been drunk because I've not had it like too much, but I love the taste. And, yeah.
Like I think it's very interesting how Asian people are like, I don't know, when they are like worried when they are with Americans or Europeans, like they are afraid to act in the presence of others.
Yeah, what?
What, in the presence of others?
In the presence of Americans or Europeans.
They're afraid of
in
what
the presence
though?
of Westerners.
Oh, just
like-
in general?
Just in
Really?
general, like they don't feel comfortable like could be a language comprehension, language thing, or could just be just insecure.
I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I mean, like, I don't know. I went to Santa Cruz. You guys probably don't know where that is, but it's like the most liberal college in California, maybe like one of the most in the U.S. And I lived in a vegan co-op. We had house meetings once a week, and we all got assigned like house chores and things like that. But our house meetings, I remember one. It went on for like 12 hours, and it was all about whether or not we could use the word retard because it was a safe space there. And like, I'm all for political correctness to a certain degree, but it just got overwhelming there, and it was just like everything turned into this huge conversation. And it was like, ultimately, like, we're all getting along here. Like, this doesn't need to be a 12-hour conversation. So I get a little bit like yeah. You don't need to be politically correct around me, because I started looking beneath the words, you know, like if somebody has a tone that indicates they're being insulting, then I'll take notice. But if it's like a language barrier thing, like I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's no end to it, because people will say you can't call somebody an idiot. They say that's ageist. And I'm like, you're an
Somebody's going to
idiot.
get hurt by anything.
I don't care.
Yeah.
They're like, it's not.
And like, anytime you're making a safe space, it's going to be like a safe space for a certain group of people, and maybe not so safe for others. And it's like, I'm all for people feeling safe, but like, there's certain ways to do it that are not really that effective, I think.
It's spaces, it's whatever. But to be honest, I would caution you against generalizing Westerners, gens, because as I came from Vancouver, which is like the ultra liberal place in Canada that everyone makes fun of, and I came to Germany, I was very surprised that it's just the sensibilities change. You know, there's different issues that are more relevant, that kind of, the fight over what is acceptable to say is at different places and different. So like, I came here, and I'm from Vancouver, where it's like, trans people are very in the right circles, very accepted. And I came over here, and I was very surprised to see that there's somebody I knew. He was a friend of somebody, and he was gay, and he was like, I just don't get trans people. Like, what is that, a fetish? And I was like, it was a total recombobulation moment for me, because I was like, that's what they said about you guys. Okay, wait, yeah, no, different. This is a different place. Wow. Okay, I would have thought that just follows naturally, but it doesn't. And so I learned here the things that people are sensitive about are just very different. So race is not as much of a integrated concept in Germany, but immigration status is. So here, people are much more discriminatory against people for their status and being a refugee or an immigrant than they are for their race. It's interesting. I mean, and it all overlaps, of course, but like, there's a very American or Western concept of race, which is not here in the same way. So it's different. We're not all Westerners. I had to learn the fun way. I don't know. It wasn't hard for me, but. Damn. We could be a Boy Scout troop. Girl Scout troop.
I started a Boy Scout troop in high school.
Did you?
But it fell apart. Yeah, there's apparently like a section of Boy Scouts in the U.S. that can be co-ed, but you have to have like specific stuff set up for it. And like, I approached all the Boy Scout troops in Reading, and they wouldn't let me make a co-ed group. And so I was in Girl Scouts, but Girl Scouts sucks. They like don't do anything fun. I like formed a troop and got some of my friends to come and had a little uniform and everything. And the guy that like volunteered to lead it was like super irritating. Nobody came back for a second one, so I just had a Boy Scout uniform for years that I never did anything with.
I remember I was in Scouts for like 1 or 2 weeks, and then I don't know what happened. It didn't keep going. I just never understood the people who were like, yes, a bit. You go and you're like 13 years old, and somehow there's still somebody who's been in there for like 15 years, and they have all the patches already, and you're like, were you a baby scout?
I don't know. My dad and brother like went on trips all the time, and I was always really jealous because they stopped letting me go in like 4th grade. They're like, no, girls aren't allowed anymore. You're too old. You're a distraction. So I didn't get to go on the trips anymore. I used to go with my friend because both our brothers were in Boy Scouts, and we would pretend to be dinosaurs and like run through ransacking tents and shit, and it was really fun. But they stopped letting us do it.
Yeah, no, that's a weird thing. Is Boy Scout sounds cool, but then if you look into it, they're like super fucked up. That's like some fucking, some crazy, abusive, religious people run
Not all of
that
it.
shit.
Some of it, sure, but not all of it.
I'm just talking about the people who run the national organization. And they're the ones who form these directives, like no co-eds and all this bullshit. But like the random dude who's just like, I learned how to tie ropes. I want to teach my kids this and have fun outings. Like that, he might have no idea, but like somebody does, and somebody's got like weird agendas. So it's a sad thing that something so pure as scouting.
So I was wondering if there's anything the both of you were like curious about Asian or Singapore.
I don't know.
Chinese culture, Indian culture, whatever.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I would say that I'm not like unknown to. China. I mean, I'm from Vancouver. Like literally, if you look up the city of Richmond, it's like right below Vancouver. It's literally the vast majority of people who live there are Chinese, and so I kind of grew up around, as a young adult, around tons of Chinese people, and it was always like at first like weird, but now I'm like a little bit like, all right, cool. Like one time, this is a funny story. I had a barber before I moved here, and he was Chinese, and me and him at first it was like just cut my hair, bro. But then we kind of got into it more. Like we started talking during the haircuts. We would talk Marvel movies and just a bunch of crazy shit. And one time he told me this story that he was outside of the club. There's this one club in Vancouver where it's like just all Chinese people go to. Like that's it. And it's called Aura. And he said he was in the club once, and his friend pulled him aside. He's like, hey, come outside. And then this car pulled up, and his friend's like, get in. He's like, what is this? And he goes like, Chinese Uber. Gets in. Uber wasn't even fucking legal at this time. He's like, yeah, we do it anyways. Fuck it. But I don't know, like,
Okay.
there's nothing like very on the surface that I could ask you, Jens. But for Singapore, maybe. Singapore is a cool place, but also a place I've read about to a fair degree.
Well, I mean, like, I've got Visa to thank for this. Like, thanks to his thread, like, people have learned and found more about Singapore. Yeah, but I mean, he's an outlier, so his life experience would be very different from like every Singaporean.
Who is?
Visa.
Oh yeah, he's a weirdo.
My internet cut out. Did you hear the question that I asked, Jen?
No.
No,
Oh.
I didn't hear.
Oh, I was asking how easy is it to get work visas, and what's rent like there? I need to move. That was my question about Singapore.
How easy it is to get what?
Work visas, and what is rent like
Work
there?
Visa. Oh, it's hard.
I imagine
It's
so.
hard. It's
Oh, hot. Like weather is hot? Is that
no, it's hard to get a work
hard?
visa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need like a salary of, I think 2,500, like per month, stable salary for that.
They're just info workers. They'll let come in, but they also don't. You guys have like a lot of pretty shitty like migrant laborers who
Yeah.
can
We
live
have,
there, but it's kind of fucked up.
like domestic helpers. Domestic helpers will get like $600 a month. and migrant workers who get like 800, 1,000 a month or something, but pay very very little. I guess, yeah, most of them are from like Bangladesh or some countries now.
To be honest, I would be more interested in learning more about India because my experience and knowledge of anything Indian culture is just so skewed to northern India because that's
What is your current? How limited is your knowledge? Like, what do you?
I would say that I am somewhat knowledgeable about people who are from Punjab because that's where all people who are Indian in Canada, they're all Sikh. They're all from there. So like any other parts, I'm
Yeah,
just
so
like,
over here we like this is like this running joke that Canada is like the mini Punjab. Or,
yo, it is. It is.
yeah,
There's
there's like
a-
literally people moved there.
And it's cool. You know, like in Canada, the Punjabi immigrants is like they're seen as like the model immigrant.
They what?
They're seen as like the model immigrant.
Yeah.
Who is that again?
Model immigrant.
Ah,
Kind of like, oh, they come here, start a business, they love Canada.
right.
Whereas like maybe somebody from like wherever it is, Asia, elsewhere, or Africa, there'll be like a little more discrimination. I mean, everyone gets some, but
I just feel like a lot of India is like portrayed based on like two places. Like one is Punjab because like most of the people from Punjab move to the Canada and like the Western world, and the other is like South Indians. Like the accent that you see in most American movies, especially of Indians, they usually put like a South Indian accent and like the music is very traditional South. Like nobody listens to that music. I don't know why every Indian place introduced with that, like those instruments, and I'm like nobody listens to this. Why you show like this is not. This is such an
Yeah.
like this is not an accurate representation. And more than that, I feel like a lot of places in India are not like people don't even know that this is also Indian culture because like we have like 18 languages, I guess, of
Fuck.
different states. Like different states, people speak different languages, and Brooke, you asked like how people do actually speak English in between other languages. That's probably there because like English is like a more common language than Hindi, which is my native language, and like most of the North Indian language. So yeah, there are like too many languages, and that's why like people in India speak English usually because it's a little like a common language.
Okay.
yeah, it's actually kind of wild. Like we all live in such different places, but we're all just connected by the goddamn British Empire.
Colonization.
I mean, I don't know. Me and Brooke, Brooke's country was like, no, fuck you guys, get out. My country, I don't know. We kind of just never stopped kind of being part of the British Empire.
Wait, when you say your country, you're referring to Canada or Germany?
Canada. You know? But it's weird, like, so many different people who look so different, who talk and have such different cultures, we're all like speaking English just because of some fucking evil assholes. Yeah, I actually have a look. I was thinking about this just now, actually. Just kind of an interesting feeling of like, what is my identity as like when you talk about like colonization, colonies? Because I'm like, yeah, no, like, India, former colony of Britain, same as Singapore. But I'm like, Canada. We were a colony of England, but we were made up of Englanders and French people, and then we kind
And
of
what about the native Americans like Micmac people or Mohawk people.
Yeah, there's a bunch of tribes.
Yeah.
So they
They were
they
murdered,
they
right?
could be like, they could claim like, oh yeah, no, like I'm living in a fucking British colony, but I'm kind of like the descendants of the people who were doing the colonizing.
Yeah.
So it's not the same kind of like, not the same thing, you know. But how should I see that? You know, it's complex, you know, because we were a French colony. There was Upper Canada, which was French, and then below was English. And then at one point, they'd agreed to come together and then also to secede. And they kind of asked the crown, can we just be our own shit? We'll still worship the queen and shit. And they were like, yeah, it's all good. We don't have the money. We're more like Australia.
True.
But it's
I
cool.
mean, like, if you, well, I don't think you have this problem, but if you ever have an issue finding a girlfriend or wife, if you can just come to Asia, like, you will be welcome. You'll be welcome anywhere you go. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how I would react to certain very open cultures, because I'm like friendly and all that shit. But you know, it's weird to me. Like I love the idea, but of cultures that like they see somebody who's not from there and they just invite them, like, hey, you can stay at my house. I'm like, cool, I'm in. One time I got I think for a long time I kind of let, I mean, everyone when they're young is, it's like, oh, I want to travel, I want to see places, I want to fucking see the world and shit. And then I think after, when I was a young adult, I was like, yo, I can't afford any of that shit. It's not on the table, so I kind of like let my kind of interest in it a little bit wane. But now I'm kind of being like, shit, cultures are cool, I could travel. Just like, I think I would have my own way, but you know, I'm not into the 2 weeks in some place and dress up in the shit and act like you know anything. You know, I'm more like stay for a few months at least. Actually get to know somebody. It'd be cool though. I mean, fuck, maybe 2 weeks in Singapore would be sick, because then, yeah, just see the whole country, you know what I mean?
Oh, 2 weeks is more than enough. Like, maybe just 3 days. 3 days, one day is enough.
One day.
It's very small, really, really. Like, from
Yeah,
the east to
how
the
do-
west is
how do-
1 hour,
Where do
1 hour,
Singaporeans
30
go
minutes,
for-
right?
Where do Singaporeans go when they wanna like go on a trip? Like, how much more can you even explore your own country?
They just start
Yeah,
to
exactly.
dig.
And that's why most Singaporeans go to Batam, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Japan, other Asian countries.
Hmm.
This is something I've always thought, that if I lived in a country that was like small geographically, it would be cool because I'd be traveling to like other countries more. But right now I feel like I've not explored the entire of India, and like that motivates me to like first explore India
No.
more. Because like
No worries,
there are
Ishvani. I still haven't explored all of Canada.
But like when you think of Canada, it's kind of like the landscape is not completely different. Over here, the landscapes like they are drastically different.
Well,
Like you have
we have
you have
drastically
desert-
different landscapes as well, Ishvani.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like
Canada-
how
Canada-
drastically?
Yeah.
We got everything.
But like how drastically different?
We got rainforests, we have deserts, we have plains, we
Yeah,
have the
that's
maritime
right.
provinces all in the ocean, we have the fucking Arctic.
But then at the same time, I kind of feel like even if you have like all of those things, the culture is not that different.
Yeah, no, it's not as nuanced
Because-
as India. No
Because
way.
over here, it's kind of like if I go towards like the northeast side of India, it's almost as good as landing into a completely different country. Because I'd be seeing a completely different landscape and like completely different people who speak a different language, and
It's an interesting comparison that you're making. I think that Canada can be just as varied, but I think that in India there are way more variances. So like you go from
Yeah,
like
probably.
go from like city Vancouver to like some small place you can only reach in a bush plane in the Arctic to French Canadian city, like, but then I feel like in India there's like that and then like fucking 7 more.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever. How are you gonna see all that shit? I don't know. I don't try to, I always felt a little turned off by like I like kind of sensed a certain thing of people who were like traveling. That it almost felt like they were like collecting cultures in their back pocket of
Yeah.
like, I know this place now. And I'm like, yo,
I get that.
I've lived in fucking
Hashtag wanderlust.
yeah, fuck those. Yo, as soon as a chick on Tinder is like, yo, one of those weird signifiers, I'm like, sorry, no. Yeah, no, I've lived in Germany for like a year and 3 months, and I'm like, yo, I'm just getting into it. You know what I mean? So, not that there's anything wrong with those, visiting a place for 2 weeks, but it's like, it is funny to see people's conceptions of, like, they're like, yeah, I got it. No, I get it. Cool culture. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
So Connor, like, so what are your folks doing? So are they like still in Vancouver and retirement or what?
No, nobody, no family of mine lives in Vancouver. That's just kind of the last place I lived. For a time, my dad lived on Vancouver Island, which is right next to the city, like an hour away. But no, my dad lives in the East Coast, in Nova Scotia, New Scotland. And my mom lives in the center, in Alberta, where I was born.
Oh,
So they're not together anymore.
okay.
And so my dad's still working, and my mom she just lives off of like government assistance I don't know, programs meant to support people who need them.
Okay.
I'm actually not even certain, but yeah, so like I don't really have like the one familial home where I can go back to all my childhood memories. I moved a ton. And so I find that separates me from a lot of people. I don't know. Like, I think I already asked
Yeah.
you this, Ishvana. You lived in the same house your whole life growing up? Or...
Yeah.
And you, Jens? Jens? Sorry.
Yeah. My family members for my whole life.
Okay. And what about you, Brooke?
I am just recently back at my parents' house, Reading. Moved around a lot as a kid, and mostly went to high school. Like I went to high school in Reading, junior high also, and left as soon as I could, and never looked back until it was January. Like I spent maybe like a week here once in like the intervening 10-15 years, whatever it was.
Okay, wow.
But now I'm back for now. But I have to be out by January. I don't know where I'm moving yet.
Okay. Okay, you got some time though.
A month and a half. I haven't even picked a
Hey.
city yet.
Oh my god, January is just a month and a half. That scares me.
Holy fuck, you guys.
Us?
Month and a half till January. Can you imagine? Yo, I'm like, January, who cares? Nothing's... January's, other than, obviously for you, Brooke, it's important. I'm waiting until March. March is the... We done it. We made it. March is when everything gets better.
Everything doesn't get better in March. You're gonna be real sad.
No, it's not when it gets like this, but it's when it's gonna be like, start to be like, okay. And
If
for
we
me-
get colonized by an alien race, you're gonna be real sad because things are not gonna be better then.
Where did that come from?
Well, I mean, first off,
Alien race.
yeah, maybe next time we do this,
You never
we'll all
know
be
what the future
speaking-
holds.
We'll all be speaking Xenu or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. yeah, some crazy shit could happen, but in terms of the one crazy shit that we're all dealing with right now, that's when I'm like, we're gonna get real hopeful around April.
Oh God, please! I hope so. It's getting annoying by the way.
You know, I mean, maybe because like I was homeless and then I came back to my parents' house in January and like self-isolated like way before the pandemic was a thing. Like nothing's really changed for me. Like I'm not really like I'm doing food delivery. I just wear a mask now. I had no friends for a long time. Now I have friends that are online. That's cool. Like better than no friends. Like my life is not really impacted by this as much as most people.
Yeah. I just want, you know, it's just there's certain things that I need to dance in a very big group of people all over each
Oh
other.
my God, yeah. I didn't even used to go to that many parties before, but now I miss going to parties. I want to as soon as possible.
I just need it. And until I can do that, I won't know that everything's okay. Right now, I'm
No, I'm
totally
sorry.
cool. I'm also very fine, you know? Like,
I have dance parties by myself a lot, which I never used to dance at all, so that's kind of a new thing. So like my life has been great, honestly.
I haven't done the solo dance party, but I did do a duo one.
I started dancing with this bird, a macaw. He would dance with me, and then I was like, "Hey, dancing's actually really fun because it would cheer me up a lot." And then I started dancing with my parents' dogs, and then I just kind of like kept going by myself. Like I
Cool.
dance
You
outside now.
dance with a bird?
Yeah. His name was Sarge.
Surely. Oh.
Yeah, you're here, right? His name was Sarge. He was a macaw. He was 33 years old, kind of mangy, but like I would talk to him sometimes, like mimic him, and like make like do this when he would do that, and he would be like, what kind of like crazy being are you? Because no one talked to him, and then he would start mimicking me, and he would like bob his head sometimes, and so I tried to figure out what kind of music he liked, and it was like really clear when he liked something. Like if he didn't, he would go and throw walnuts at me, but if he did, he would sit there and go like this. And like flap his wings, and like we would dance together. We had some like house dance parties, all like with Sarge. It was great. His favorite song was the Salmon Dance by the Chemical Brothers, which just tickled me pink.
He was 33
Okay.
years old?
He was 33, yeah.
How do you know the bird is 33 years old?
Because I lived in the house with him. I mean, and
Oh.
people too lived there.
Damn. Damn, a 33-year-old bird.
Oh, they lived to be real old, like the African birds of paradise, whatever, or not African, South American.
Shit.
They lived to be pretty old.
Can you imagine
I have a
just
funny story about one of those birds. A different bird, if you guys want to hear it.
bird us?
Uh,
Wait,
it was,
I have
it
a
was-
song for this.
You have a bird song.
I have a song for this. Oh my god. It's called
I'm gonna
Birding.
go grab some lunch. How long are you guys going to be here for? I'll join after that.
I don't have to go until about 1, or I should get ready for my job interview and shit, but yeah, I don't know.
When you say one, we don't know what that means.
Oh, okay, yeah. So right now it's 10:30. So I'm not in any kind of a thing, but go get some lunch.
Yeah. Alright. Bye.
We'll see you.
Bye.
see
It was
you.
nice chatting with
But if
you.
not,
Okay. See you, Ishwani.
Bye. Bye.
see you. Okay, wait. This song is Birding by the Sweatshop Boys.
Bird song.
Okay, hit us with the birding.
So my family growing up, they had a we had some friends in the family that had a macaw, and the cats kept dying, and they didn't know why. And one
The
time,
cat.
like, yeah, they had multiple cats die, and they weren't sure really what was happening. They went on vacation one time. They put in cameras. This was a long time ago, so cameras were not that common in the house. But they realized what was happening is when they leave the house, the bird, well, I mean, like one of those big, big, they're big birds.
They're dinosaurs.
What it would do, it was walk through their house and drag its wing on the ground and go, here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Like it had a broken wing. And it would fucking kill their cats. Smart bird.
That is fucking crazy. And this bird must have been massive.
Well, I mean, you know what kind of birds I'm talking about? Like the big, like blue parrots with and they're big.
I mean, like I can picture this, but I'm like, to kill a cat?
Well, their beaks have incredible strength. I mean, they crack open those nuts and everything. Like they have very, very strong beaks.
How were the cats? Oh, how did they die? I have so many questions.
I don't know any more details than what I just gave you.
Okay.
They told me that story when I was a kid.
That's it. That's kind of an evil bird.
Oh yeah, totally, but very smart.
You never really hear about birds that you have to put down. You know, it's usually dogs. But I guess you would have to put that bird down, right?
Oh, they didn't. They just got more careful about leaving the cats around with it.
They just get bigger cats.
Yeah, there you go. Get a cougar.
Get a cougar.
Let them battle it out.
Fuck, you got like a dinosaur battle going on in your house. You're witnessing natural selection.
But dominate a cat. Oh. Brooke, have you ever left? Like, have you left? Have you been to any? Have you traveled overseas?
I went to the UK
Oh,
when I was 16 for a couple weeks.
Okay.
But I spent some time in Alaska, which feels like another country. I've gone there like 3 times for a summer each time.
What were you doing up there?
Fishing, commercial fishing. It's my first job, commercial fisherman.
Shit, cool.
Salmon. One summer I was working for Princess, though, at one of their resorts in the middle of the country. Near where Into the Wild was written. Well, I mean, where he died. You know the book, Into the Wild?
Yeah.
I went 4-wheeling where that guy died. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Alaska's fucking crazy. I used to live in northern BC, where it's pretty crazy, but Alaska brings it to a whole new level.
Alaska's like the last frontier. Like, we'll dock out to a boat and be like, hey, where's so-and-so? And they're like, oh, he got to fight in a bar, he had a gun, he'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Over each other's heads, shooting fireworks at boats. And like, it's nuts up there. It's nuts.
Yeah, like, when I'm like, oh yeah, no, like, it gets pretty cold where I was from. It was minus 50. Like, in Alaska, it'll be like, that's it?
I've not spent winter in Alaska. I've only spent summers there, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, summers are beautiful though, right?
Oh yeah, and I did most of my fishing in Prince William Sound. Actually, all of my fishing in Prince William Sound, and which is southern coast. It's very, very warm. Very few storms, like 80 degrees half the time. You just jump in the ocean to clean off.
Beautiful.
Pretty chill.
Shit, what about you, Jen? You ever been? You've been to America?
nope, never been to. In fact, I've never left Asia. Come to think of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've probably been to all those little countries, smaller countries. Sorry, I'm not trying to be diminutive. Where?
Yeah, I've been to Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, surrounding countries, but I've never left. I've never been to Japan, South Korea. I've been to Taiwan also. So yeah, most of the countries here I've been to.
Do you ever go to Hong Kong?
Nope, haven't.
I want to go to Hong Kong. I just want to go and protest.
I heard it's like a Singapore.
Yo, they're so intense though. They're like show the whole world like, yo, this is how you resist British imperialism or Chinese imperialism. Like everyone else leveled up their game, just copying Hong Kong. They're like, oh shit, all you need is a traffic cone and then you just put water on the tear gas things.
Oh yeah.
Yo, like they just leveled it up.
But I mean, good effort, but I think ultimately it's not going to make a difference though.
Perhaps. I mean, but it all depends, on what. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it wouldn't make a difference. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
if they just want to bomb the
Chinese
whole
government
city.
is very. I mean, the Chinese government is very insistent. They will stop at nothing to. Yeah. So.
Sometimes you gotta fight, even if you know you're gonna lose.
Yeah,
it's
sometimes fighting and losing still makes a big impact. I mean, like a worthwhile impact, just in showing other people that it's possible.
Yeah, it's
So there's something I noticed that is quite interesting is, so like the protest in Hong Kong is, like people fight tooth and nail for it. Like they risk their lives and surveillance and facial recognition and all that stuff. But the protests in US kind of seem a bit like, how do I say like I
You're
would
not
say,
gonna offend me, don't worry.
no, I would say it's like bullshit, but then it's not really bullshit.
Oh, it's totally
a bit-
bullshit.
Yeah, it's totally bullshit. It's full of fluff. It's full of fluff because it's like what you can't, you can burn down houses, burn down buildings and stuff as long as you don't hurt anyone. Like what kind of nonsense is that? Like
Well, and they're.
well, you
I
gotta
did
wonder
my
who's
share
burning them
of
down.
like.
Who's burning what
What?
down? Agent provocateurs, infiltrators, all of these things. I don't want to say that they're bullshit, but some of them are more bullshit. But I also see like
There's a lot of confusion right now. I know people in Antifa and like I don't know. There's a big thing about people delivering truckloads of bricks, but it wasn't the people in Antifa, and they got flagged for that. I don't know, it's really hard to tell exactly what's going on, but I mean, like if you're angry at the government, don't go burn down like local businesses. Like that doesn't help anything. Like those people are struggling too right now. Like I don't know. I did my days of protesting and like unrest, that kind of stuff back in college, and I'm kind of over it now.
Yeah, it's so hard to know like what is the truth, even if you are there on the ground, because there's so
Yeah.
many like incidences where they caught like people delivering crates of bricks all over, hoping that people would just throw them or
Right, that's what I mean. They weren't-
inserting their
they
own
weren't
people
Antifa.
in,
Yeah.
burning down things to frame protesters, So I'm
Right,
like,
right, yeah.
to be honest,
And they're falling into that trap. They're like letting it happen by like creating situations where violence happens.
well, I mean, falling into the trap. I don't know. They have no choice. It's like protest. You go to protest, and then
Well, you have
You
a
have
choice to not use the bricks and burn down buildings while you're protesting.
well, of course, but you don't have a choice if somebody else just does that and then blames you.
Right, but you can't. I mean, you could just not use it. You could be like, "Hey, dude, like have a cordon around the bricks and just be like, this is not us." You know?
Oh yeah,
There are
it's just
ways
so
to handle that.
emergent. It's so emergent, and there are very like responsible and very proactive attempts by protesters to police/regulate how people are acting in the protest. Don't give them a reason, but it's like it's a constant like information battle as well. I mean, even just right now, everyone's perceptions of it are different. And it's like, who do you trust? What kind of media view is dominant for you? And it's wild. Even if you can see past some layers, there's more layers there's always something to. I mean, the States, everything's bigger, everything's crazier. Everyone copies the States, and they are like the craziest examples of like fucking crazy reality wars of like what is going on.
I kind of feel like at this point, like we have been protesting, like just the general, not even in the U.S. Like protests have been a thing for so long, and things haven't really like meaningfully changed. Like I feel like we need to find a new way to protest.
Yeah, it always has to evolve and needs more organizing and all that shit. But yeah, no, the protest is like it's like a white blood cell reaction. You know what I mean? It's like fucking we got to do something, and before any organizing is done, people will just spontaneously protest, and it's like very human. I love it. It's like nothing more admirable, but of course, like it's just a start. You have to actually fight a war if you're trying to change something. And not just battles, not just spontaneous rebellions,
Yeah, I kind of want to see how things work with just like stepping out of the war game entirely. We'll see. I don't know if that'll work at all, but
Well, I would love to do that. I really would love nothing more, but when somebody's warring against you, it's like, okay, then you can either fight back or you can surrender. You know what I mean? It's like there's a degree of non-consensuality in war where it's like you don't have to want to be at war, but if you realize somebody's warring against you, then it's not a bad thing to hold your boundaries. You know what I mean? It's not even aggressive, but it's nobody loves it. I don't think nobody wants to be doing that shit. It's fucking horrible. You know, it beats your spirit down. People burn out. I get it. I don't blame them at all. But it's also, you know, people's humanity. It always gets just shown as this like dire struggle and everyone's hating it and dying and getting hurt, and it's really like people are out there not because they love that shit. It's because they're like showing their humanity. And it's
But
very
I think
beautiful.
the only way to turn things around though is to show people your humanity in a way that doesn't continue that cycle. You know, when you can speak to people, like step down the violence and just be like, yo, I see where you're coming from here. This is where I'm coming from, and meet people. Like, I know it's kind of like unrealistic right now, but that's the kind of world that I want to try and achieve.
Oh yeah, no, and that's the heart of it. It has to be for love. For love, you have to do it for love, you know. And it's sad that like sometimes like these kind of casualties and like collateral damage happen. You know, I recently just had like a very inspiring kind of a experience with somebody who I was just like seeing for a time, and she was from Chile, and her country had just a year prior they had like these huge protests, and so she had just went to Frankfurt to vote in this referendum to throw out their constitution and rewrite it, and we hung out as we were waiting for the results. And so like this is something that happens just like for like they were like, this is right. Like they were in a military dictatorship like 20 years ago, and they threw all this out, and it's like all of this ugliness happens because it's like, you know, it's a clash. You know, the people who are doing it aren't just going to let you, and so it's fucked up. It's fucked up that there has to be violence ever, but it doesn't seem like the people who are trying to make things better are seeking violence. They're seeking justice, they're seeking peace and justice, and then there's resistance from some people. And so, okay, what do? Do you go through the resistance, or do you keep things? It's hard, but
You
it's,
stick to your values even if it means you die. That's how I see it. Like I am non-violent to the core, even if it means I die.
yeah, no, it's, I mean, at the end of it, it's, I don't know, it's, everyone's just trying it, but then they're, yeah. But I was just so inspired to hear them doing that, and like they
No, that's a
voted.
cool thing to be present for sure.
Like they threw out their whole constitution and voted that nobody in legislature can rewrite it. All new people, which is like wild, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's a piece of history that you were present for. That's super cool.
Yeah, yeah. And this is like a, you know, this is like to your point. Wait, whose point? It's like, I don't know. Oh yeah, when we were talking about Hong Kong, it's like, why would there ever be a hope? You know, they were fucking under the boot of a military dictatorship, and they got out, and now they're reforming all the shit because there was a legal lockdown there. They couldn't do anything. Their constitution just, they were like, you're in prison, and they were like, we're gonna prison break, and so there was no recourse for them legally or to do anything to change things, and they're like, we gotta throw this shit out. And there's nothing fucking cooler to me. There's nothing more punk rock. So yeah, but I don't know, China's another beast.
Yeah.
China's another beast.
But I think with COVID, it's just, I don't know, it just shows that it feels like the government's response, US government response to COVID, or Germany response to COVID, Germany's government response to COVID is lacking. Like, I don't know, like the you see the chart is like still going up or whatever stuff, and like in Singapore it's mostly like 0 cases or maybe 10 cases every day. and most of the cases are imported cases. So we can go out and eat. We can the table we have like a maximum number of 5 people. So yeah, cinema is open. Stuff lah. We can do stuff already. So like I don't know what the governments are doing. Like doesn't. It's not very competent lah. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not waiting on the government. I'm happy that the government here does something, but like, I mean, they didn't do anything for me in particular. It was kind of fucked up. I was very broke in this whole pandemic, and there was like a Canadian thing where you could just apply and be like, yes, I'm missing work because of this shit, and they would give you a bunch of money.
Some money.
Not just
nice.
some, like, I think it was like 2,000 a month. 2,000
that's
Canadian dollars. Yeah, they hooked
That's
it
a lot.
up, but you got to be a resident, and I wasn't a resident. So I was like, fuck. I was so close to just being like, you know what? Sure, I'm a resident, just defrauding it a little bit. I'm not sure I would have gotten caught, but I was like, I don't want to. And I don't know. Now I'm like, I'm gonna make it. We're gonna make it. It's fine.
I spent my entire COVID relief check, the one that I got, on a drone because I was making YouTube videos, and I was like, I want to film it with the drone. I'm gonna save the world and shit. And then I was like, I can't film audio with a drone because it's loud, and I used it like twice and gave it away.
You know, that is
Wow.
a very good way to spend that bullshit check you guys got.
Wait, how much do you get?
I know, like 1,200, something like that. My drone was 800, 900, something like that.
And one time, right? Back in March?
Yeah, once.
Just once. You were supposed to budget it. What was that? 100
I
bucks a week?
was, but I wanted to save the world, obviously.
Yeah, well, you need to make
I gave it to an
impact.
11-year-old kid who was really excited about it. So, like, I
Wow.
feel okay about it. Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, now it's broken. Definitely.
Well, probably, but he had a lot of fun before it broke,
Oh.
and I was not using it. It was just, like, sitting around.
Wait, it was a $1,200 drone and you gave it to an
$900. The $1,200 was the relief check. I spent, like, 900 of it on a drone.
Damn.
Wow.
You just made...
And you give it away to a kid.
I
You're
did.
really generous.
My ex-fiance's son, so, like, I had a history with this kid, but, like...
Okay. I thought it was just some random kid in the park. You were like,
No, not just like a
Have
kid
it.
on the street. It is a kid, like, I know.
Okay, that's dope then. That's dope. Man, to have a drone as a kid... Amazing.
Yeah, right? It'd be rad. I wasn't using it. Like, whatever.
That's cool. Yeah,
My
so-
mom is still getting on me to give it back, like to go get it back from them. And like I told her I was giving it to them like as a loan because I didn't want to tell her I gave it away. It wasn't even her money; it was my money. But like I am staying on their property rent free right now, so I don't know, whatever. But she was just like, "You got to get that back." Blah, all that money. I'm just like, you don't understand. Like he's getting more utility out of it than I would be. Than I did at all. Like that's what money's for, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Jens? Were you employed the whole pandemic so far?
Yeah, like I was kind of lucky. I found a job at the start of the year and right through the whole COVID working from home since March. So yeah, it's been good. Like work has been chill. I can live. I mean, since I'm working at home, I can like knock off anytime I want. I can do whatever I want basically.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
But
I
it
love
doesn't-
working food delivery. What?
but it doesn't feel like work though. It feels like I'm just fucking around and get paid.
That is the best way to get paid, sir.
Yeah, I guess.
I deliver food as an excuse to drive around in my Maid, which is my mobile audio immersion device, which is my car. Also called Gunda. That was his first name. Was from that song.
Cool. Yeah, no, it was something. There was a fucked up vibe there for a minute with the pandemic. It was scary. We didn't know if this shit was gonna kill everyone, how long it was gonna last, what do we need to do to fucking try and stay safe a little bit. And now we kind of like, we all know it. Second wave. I feel like we're well prepared mentally, Like societally, it's gonna suck, and for some people, it really, really fucking sucks. But for us, and for most of the people I know, it is. It's a winter. It's like the way I heard it referred to by Tom Papa was, it's a winter that we didn't choose. It just started. You know?
My life is seriously not any different than it would be without the pandemic. So like I have a lot of empathy for people who are dealing with shit right now, but like I'm just like I can't really comment because my life is fine. My life is exactly what it would be otherwise. I'm living in Reading. Like nobody cool lives in Reading. It's in the buttfuck nowhere, like redneck, like people hang out and drink beers in the Walmart parking lot and ride horses everywhere. Like I would be reaching out to Twitter. Yeah, no, it's a super, super small, like conservative, out in the boondocks kind of place. And I would be like seeking friends from elsewhere, regardless, and hanging out at my parents' house, regardless. So everything is pretty about the same than it would be otherwise, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have time for people in Reading. They all just want to like. One guy was like, I could see you opening a business here. There's like no competition, man. There's only like 4 pizza places. You could open the 5th pizza place in Reading, and you haven't made. I'm like, dude, what do you want to do? That's what you want for your life? Like, no competition is what you want for your life? Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I do wonder sometimes if I ever am gonna want to move back to a small. I mean, this is such a fucking weird thing for to talk about in front of you, Jens, because like me and Brooke, we have this kind of weird optionality. I feel like in our heads of like, oh, do I want to go live in the city with that vibe, or do I want to retreat to the rurals and live in the nature more with less people? It's a way slower vibe, and I don't think right now I have zero desire to go back there. But I could see maybe one day I want to go back there, you know, retreat. Maybe once I have money.
I always thought I would live in like nature, in the woods, all that kind of thing. And then I moved to LA with my ex-fiance. He grew up there. He got his ex pregnant with the kid that I now gave the grown to. It was a very long time ago. We were together for like 11 years. But so yeah, I didn't go to LA by choice. But once I got there, it's like, actually, this place is pretty cool. Like there's a lot of diversity. There's a lot more like layers to the city than I would have imagined. And I don't know. I can't do food delivery in a rural area. Like it's not really efficient in Reading. And I want to keep doing food delivery so I can work whenever I want and listen to music and write on my free time. So I'm going to live in a city next. I just don't know which one because it's all expensive on the West Coast.
Do you ever feel trapped, Jens?
Nah, so that's the thing. Like I mean, I've never thought of living in a. I don't know. Maybe because I live in a city, I'm used to it. Like, you know, technology and stuff, and I never really thought of living in nature. Like it's fun to think of it, but I don't know. Like you will get bored of it like after a while. Like without internet, without.
To be honest, I'm not talking about like full on fucking Unabomber style, like no technology. Like even when I would live in the nature, I'm like, bitch, I need an internet connection. I need data. I need all of my human comforts. But it's still just the social component and also the infrastructure is just not there. And so it changes how you live. Despite you might have the technology to access all the same information, but it's like, you know, there's not so much to do, and so it's more of like a kind of a reflective way of living.
But in places like Reading, people wave to each other and say hi, just like strangers. Never happens in a city here. And also, there's like not fences around everything like there is in LA. And you can just like walk down into train tunnels and like all these weird old mining tunnels. You can just go in them in Reading, like just go have fun, explore. Because LA, all this kind of stuff is like super fenced off. But in Reading, like nobody really cares. So those are some of the upsides to small towns. Also, lots of wildlife.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I think I would prefer to live in a city, like a place with a lot of people around me, and yeah, like it's a nice idea lah. Maybe when I'm like 60 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You get sick of people. I hope I don't get sick of people. I love people.
Yeah, I kind of want to get a boat eventually when I have money. I want to buy a boat and just like sail around and visit all my Twitter friends.
That would be kind of a sick life. I mean, I don't know. I don't really. It's weird. I don't know. Home is a weird concept to me. It's very transient. The place I've lived the longest is Vancouver for
So
7
this is
years.
the thing I noticed, right? Like, I don't know, like, I think we have very different upbringing. Like for Connor, it's like he said, home is very transient thing, and I think Brooke and I will probably have like more similar upbringing, I guess. Like, you know, you stay in a place and then you move. I said I didn't move around, and then you come back to the place that you stay after like after a decade or something.
I went to like 13 different schools. I moved
Wow.
around a lot. Yeah.
But did your parents move?
My
around?
mom's super paranoid. She like kept thinking there were conspiracy theories going on and like all these different reasons why we had to move towns or move schools. I was in Reading for like the bulk of my older adolescence, but we moved around a lot before then. And even in Reading, she pulled me to different schools, and I felt kind of, I don't know. Nowhere's ever really felt like home. Particular people feel like home to me. Like, that's why I went down to LA with the ex that I had. Like, living with him was home. Otherwise, home is kind of just like wherever I'm sleeping at the moment. My childhood home was not home. It was a house.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will probably identify more with Ishvani. Like,
Yeah,
you-
maybe,
You guys,
yeah.
you guys were on the same page. You guys were definitely on the same page. Yeah, no, I remember having like a very kind of that fucked with me a lot as a kid, realizing because I don't know, I think it's something very natural to want a home as a especially as a kid, and then it gets like you have to move, and it kind of gets like something gets torn out of you. You're like, oh, I have to now a new place, and then it happens again and again and again, and then
Yeah.
now it's like it's never nice. It's never nice, but it has taught me through going through that you go to a new place and you plant more seeds, and like a new home grows, and it just takes time. I knew when I moved to Germany, I was like, it's going to take me at least probably 2 years. And now I'm coming up on 2 years, and I'm like, yeah, it's working.
Yeah, I got really good at making friends and really bad at keeping them. I kind of like had this internal clock. I realized when I got to high school, like after 2 years, that's about how often I moved schools, give or take. I just like started like one by one, like disconnecting from all my closest friends, and I think that's what I was doing. I think it was some kind of weird subconscious like preemptive thing, so that like I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, but now that I've gotten better at keeping friends, it's awesome because now I'm good at making friends and also good at keeping friends. So like everything worked out really well.
Yeah, was it weird, Jen? Like, everyone who you just went to school with your whole life is just like, I mean, unless they move to a new country, you could just see them around town. Like, there's
Like-
people who I was friends with in like grade 1. I couldn't imagine seeing them now.
I don't even remember their faces.
really?
I can
Like,
remember
in
them.
Singapore, it's so small that, like, if I go to some shopping mall, I just bump into old school friends, and I don't know. It's kind of like everybody knows each other, so it's. I mean, it's small lah, so it's good, I guess. Like you have this
Yes,
this
wow.
continuity. This continuity in like friendship or
Mhm.
relationship, like you get to meet someone that you met previously. So there's like
Meet them
how should I say?
again.
So there's continuity. There's continuity instead of like, you know, people are not fungible. It's not like you can just change your
Yeah.
friend and that sort of thing.
Wow, it's kind of like it's like you're in one of the most like hyper technologized cities, but because of its isolation and small size, you're also almost like it's like being in a village. Like, you
Mm.
run into people still.
Yep.
That's wild. Yeah, where I am, my city right now, Cologne, it's kind of like the population center of Germany. There's an equal amount above and below and to both sides. And it's at the center of a bunch of other cities and right next to other countries. And so there's not so many people here. It's like the 4th biggest city in Germany. But it's like people just coming through, coming and going. And so it's very transient, you know, who you see in the city. I mean, people who are Cologners, they know each other, and there's a very friendly vibe in the city, but yeah, it's very different than I could imagine being an island city and just
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to be in the city. You don't want to. Then you don't want to be in the country. It's not so easy to leave. It'd be dope. It'd be dope, but like, it's a wild thing for me. It's a wild thing for me. Fuck.
Like, I don't know, like it's cool, I guess. Like you can just meet your secondary school, your high school bully
Your
somewhere
high school
nearby,
bullying? Fuck, man.
or whatever lah, whatever you. It's,
That would fuck me
I
up.
mean, you can just
so
see them on
hard.
Facebook. Sorry.
That would fuck me up so hard. Traveling. I'm so glad I don't have to see some people.
Really? I mean, aren't you happy to confront them again?
No, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm curious, but maybe I wasn't always curious. Maybe some people I wouldn't be curious right now, but I would be eventually. But they're just always there, you know. Like, I don't know. That would be like a little bit. I would get a little claustrophobic. I think, you know. I don't like the feeling of being afraid of running into people. My hair is weird today.
That's part of why I left Santa Cruz. It was like I couldn't go anywhere without seeing like 7 people that I knew, 4 of which I slept with, and the other 3 were sleeping with my exes. And it was just like, it got crazy. Like everybody slept with everybody else to like the second degree. It's a very incestuous town.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
Sorry, I end up stopping conversations a lot because I drop things like that. It's kind of awkward, Rick.
What is it, Jens? What is it like? What is the sexual culture in Singapore? Is it very conservative or is it very open?
It's somewhere between very conservative and like very liberal. So, well, on one hand, you have someone like, yeah. You have someone like Visa who married his first wife. Married the first girl he did, and it's I have friends who are very conservative. So, yeah.
Nah, I mean, yeah. I mean, if the dominant ethnic group there is Chinese people, right?
Yep.
So I'm guessing people are pretty Chinese. Like how Chinese people.
Most of them, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's definitely that's where I could maybe see like the whole Western versus Eastern difference pretty starkly in like romance and sex and all that stuff, you know? That's a very noticeable difference, I think.
Yeah, it's like more. I mean, it's apparent in the COVID measures, right? Like people who, there's a stay-home notice for people who, how do I say, like who just came back from overseas or something. They have to stay at home for 14 days, quarantine. So, like there was this guy who left the house to go and eat some pork braised soup or something, and he was caught. And his face, his name, everything is published on the newspaper. They are like, oh, we know who are you. You are the one who broke the quarantine. Screw you, man.
Oh fuck, you're just infamous overnight.
It's embarrassing.
You're like, I just wanted some fucking noodles.
Yeah. I mean, people say it's authoritarian and dictate. I don't know, but it's sometimes you need that to get things done, I suppose.
It's one way. Yeah, no, I don't know. Singapore's fucking weird. I mean, it's all interesting and cool and shit, but then like, you know, it's a weird position to be in as a country. I have to at least pay them that respect, but like, yeah, no, you always got some weird rules and weird. I mean, yeah, it's very military. That's cool. That's weird.
Oh, I mean, all the guys have to serve a national service.
Just-
2 years.
Just the guys, eh?
Yep. So
You
so
done
back
yet?
then there wasn't a like back then there was enough manpower with just the guys, so the women didn't have to serve, unlike Israel. But now that the population has declined, like they need more people to serve. So who knows? There could be a possibility where women have to serve in national service.
You know, that sounds bad, but I heard a perspective recently that kind of made me double think it a little bit, because basically, you can see this in the States, that back in the day when they had the draft, when anybody could just get drafted to go to war, like you have to go and you have to kill people, that the citizens were far more engaged because of that, of like, no, we're not going to fight this if we really don't want to. Whereas now the States is an entirely voluntary army, and so all the citizens are like, oh, so but we don't have to do it. Oh, then it's fine. Do what you guys want. You know? So it's like, maybe, I don't know. For me, the best is always just none of that, but I mean, if I had to choose, there's drawbacks. There's drawbacks to both, and when the citizens feel more invested in it, that they actually give a fuck to influence the decisions, that is one thing that happens more when it's a draft army, like Singapore.
So, Brooke, you have met Ray before, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why he can't go back to Singapore.
Yeah, his kid is national service. So
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
yeah, his parents, his family is still here. They are like
Yeah.
maybe like 30 minutes from my place.
Who is this?
Yeah, Ray's awesome. I had a lot of fun hanging out with him.
Ray is a force shaper. His handle is force shaper.
Okay. I think he followed me.
I hung out with him on Halloween and Prince Vogel free.
Damn.
He's yeah, he's a very interesting guy. I think he thinks like a Singaporean in a way. Like he had a problem. He wasn't good with women, I think. So he started talking to women, like a lot of them, like hundreds of them,
Hundreds.
like
Well, I
500, 800 or something. And that's how he got good.
Damn, bro. I don't have the hot. I can't talk to more than like 2 or 3 women at a time. You know. Other than that, then I'm like, no. I can only split my heart in 3. But I mean, he's just getting those reps in. Damn. Yeah. No, that's funny. I'm not good at that. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, like,
Go on.
yeah, I mean, like in US, like how did this, like, would you consider Elon Musk very American? Like he's from South Africa and he went to Canada and then he went to US.
No, he's not fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Elon Musk is kind of insane. I don't know if he's like really like indicative of American culture in general.
No, he's okay. Yeah, cool. There's like his whole like weird Ricky and Morty gag that he plays. I'm super eccentric. It's fucking weird. And that's his origins.
I mean, I would love to be friends with him, but he's not like a typical American.
My dream was one day I was like, I gotta get Elon Musk on my rickshaw, and I know that by the end of the ride I would have convinced him to make Tesla build a rickshaw, and I would help design it and test it and stuff, and it would just be like this crazy transformer, could drift it.
That's former.
But no, no, that dude is not your typical American in any way.
Your typical anybody, like.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I don't know. I'm sure there's some South African things that are very typical of him, but that dude needs. I don't know. Nobody can help Elon. Nobody. And I don't think he wants help. So, fuck, what am I plugging in here?
I wonder if like the people at Silicon Valley, are they like, I don't know, how do they, are they like, I mean, they're definitely not representative of a typical American. Like, how would you, have you like met or hang out with like any of them? Like, how are they like?
I don't know.
Silicon
man.
Valley types?
They just seem like a bunch of heathens to me.
A bunch of what?
They just
What?
seem like a bunch of heathens. You know, I'm like heathens, devils.
Oh,
Like, I don't know, I see, like, they're very, like, active on Twitter, and I see, like, them all posting, and I'm just like, I don't know, in a certain way, I almost feel sometimes sad for them because, like, they just seem so disconnected. Like, they're hyper technologically aware, but they're in this, like, hyper capitalistic subculture. And I'm like, that's just, like, seems like a meat grinder. It doesn't, like, a lot of it doesn't seem fun.
There's a lot of granularity though to that, even that subculture. Like I've met some that are not quite as disconnected. Some that are actually like.
Oh no! The weird thing is that they all seem fun. It's just that like it seems like they're all real. You know, they would be like, "Hey, OPSEC," you know, like they seem like they're way funner than what that culture has become. You know, so I always see them as a little bit sadly restrained. You know, because they're chasing that dough. But they all have cool spirits, which is like. Damn.
There's a range. I just feel like there's a range. There's always a range with humans. Humans are complex.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole bag of worms. You know, I hear about people like dating there, and it's just like you literally like you hear about people dating there, and I'm like, you guys are like literally. I don't know. That the lifestyle of the San Francisco tech Bay Area just seems like. Introduces so many things that in my like naive view I'm always like, well, don't be like that. That doesn't seem like you're enjoying it, you know. So I don't know, do you know any people from San Francisco, Brooke?
Oh yeah, I know guys building satellites there. I got a few other friends that like I've only recently reconnected with. I mean, I wasn't talking to anybody from like my pre-homeless life when I was on the street. So for like 3 years, nobody, and then except for like criminals and gangsters and shit. And
Brooke, I can just see you playing any role in a movie. Like you could just fit so many archetypes. I could just see you in everything. I could see you.
It's probably because I've been most of the archetypes. Like I was an indie kid, I was a punk kid, I was a hippie, I was an anarchist, I have been like a criminal, I've been.
But I can also see military. I could also see military. I could see Soldier Brooke.
That's the one thing I've not been. Yeah, people say that they can't. They have trouble like placing me in a stereotype or that kind of thing, classifying me. But I think that's part of it. It's just because I have been so many things. Now I'm just Brooke.
Okay, guys, I need to make a move.
Yeah, you getting out of here?
Yep.
All right, I think we've had a hell of a time. I think we should just wrap it up. This was fucking dope, you guys. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I just threw it together.
Thank you for organizing it. I'll try to figure out the audio.
Yeah, we'll do something like this again. Maybe not the exact same thing. That would be boring, but something better.
And sometime, gents, if you want to hear some of my street stories, we can video chat. I'll tell you all my street stories.
Definitely. I think you have too many stories to share.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Connor. This is a lot of fun. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Nice to meet you guys.
Thanks for showing
Yeah,
up.
you too.
Thanks for showing up, Brooke, and thanks for organizing.
No
Bye.
problem. Peace out.